back once again to No News is News, the place where we go through all of the news and stuff. Remember, it's $4 a month. Join now. Be a fucking member. Be an awesome person. Help us out. Get that entire film vault that's right on that YouTube page for you. Access, etc. Double tap. Hit that subscribe button. All that jazz. Our first poll of the night was supposed to be a runoff between Gavin Newsom and Mr. J.D. Vance, but we are going to have to delay that for the first hour because our first hour question is a memorandum. A memorandum, guys. Hold on one second. I just need to check this now. What are the successful... All right. Your favorite Chuck Norris moment. R.I.P. Chuck Norris, guys. R.I.P. Chuck Norris. And we're getting our Chuck Norris moments now. And our Chuck Norris moments are your favorite Chuck Norris moment in history. What's it? Come on. Fucking chatbot agents taking forever. Getting it ready. Come on. Taking forever, motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are taking forever. I should pull you guys up on my little chat now while that's taking forever to happen. There we go. Right there. Okay. Winning the Revolutionary War. Was it when he defeated the Nazis? Was it when landing on the moon? Or was it defeating Soviet Union? What is your favorite Chuck Norris moment? R.I.P. Mr. Chucky Norrie. Mr. Chucky Norrie. Why is no one in the chat today? What is going on, guys? What is happening today with the chat? We are live.
President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Oh, shit.
Thank you very much, please. Thank you. I want to begin by just saying we're doing extremely well in Iran. The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea. 58 ships knocked down in 2 days. And we have the greatest Navy anywhere in the world. It's not even close. But we are doing really well. We're not going to let them have nuclear weapons because if they had them, they'd use them, and we're not going to let that happen. Should have been done a long time ago by other presidents. So it's an honor to be here. This is fun. And these are great athletes standing behind me, great coaches, general managers, great people, and a great superintendent. Hello, superintendent. We only put our finest as these superintendents for these great schools because we don't want to have somebody that they don't look up to. We take our best, and they're really amazing. For the second year in a row, it's my great honor to officially present the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy to the one and only Navy Midshipman football team with 11 wins and 2 losses, playing the best teams in football. I used to always think of the military service as they played like a little step below. It's not true. They played the big teams and they beat them. These players achieved one of the most impressive seasons in Navy football history and any football history, frankly. And I just want to congratulate the midshipmen. I met them backstage, and they're great. Thank you. Congratulations. You know, when I mentioned the Navy that we just destroyed, I said, "Are they good ships?" "Yeah, they're great ships." Then I said, "Why didn't we save them? We could have used them ourselves." They said the difference was they didn't know how to use them, right, General? They didn't know how to use them. They had no idea. But I want to recognize Navy Athletic Director Michael Kelly, who is
not this creamy tard. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about Donald Trump? God damn it! I hate when that happens. I accidentally click a fucking ad and I get thrown off our fucking page.
Now I'm in Iraq. I come down, I meet him, some other generals. He was the boss. And I said, "How long would it take for you to knock out ISIS?" He said, 4 weeks, sir. I said, 4 weeks? They tell me 4 years, maybe 5. He said, "Well, whatever they want, sir. They're the boss. I'm just here. But you can do it in 4 weeks, sir."
Turd,
And you
not
have
tard,
time left over.
and
I
Trump,
said,
not you.
And he explained, and we
Bye.
went through a whole big thing.
Bye.
Well, nobody in this room would be bored by it. Actually, you'd like to hear every word. I tell you every word of it. But bottom line, I said, let me go back. But as I'm leaving, it was very interesting. I'm walking down the stairs, long fight. I had to turn off the lights after spending trillions of dollars. You had to turn the lights off in the plane because you didn't want to be spotted by the enemy. This was something. So we land, and he said, "Sir, would you like to rest for a while before we have a meeting?" I said, "I don't have to rest. My name's not Biden. I don't want to. I'm not resting." And we had great meetings. And then I got back on the plane. I said,
Yo, imagine just being, you're in the army, you get the fucking president to do a speech, and he goes doing some fucking stand-up shit like this.
to him, "So, General, you say 4 weeks. We mean that, right? 4 weeks, sir, and you'll have time left over." He said, "I'll call you on Monday when I get back." And I called him. I said, "You still feel that way, General?" He said, "Yes, sir." And
we're just getting started today here, guys, but if you are joining us for the first time ever, make sure you double tap, hit that like button. You spawn people in of all political persuasions into that chat to get that chat going, having the conversation about the news today, as well as our poll of the day. What was your favorite Chuck Norris moment? R.I.P. Chuck Norrie today. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you get YouTube Shorts thrown right into your algorithm, into the portal, onto your phone. And when you hit that subscribe button, you might also see that join button. And when you hit that join button for $4 a month, you get the entire film vault, over 15 feature films of mine, right there on the front page of this YouTube channel for free. And you help support the channel. And you get the little logo next to your name in the chat. We have 25 members and counting. Trump is winning. Absolutely, I guess, today. I don't know. We haven't gotten that far in. We're making fun of the news. We're 6 minutes in. Will Daddy Trump have a win today? Yesterday was like a so-so day for Daddy Trump. 2 days ago, big win. Big win, Daddy Trump Day. We'll see how today pulls out.
I let him do it. He did it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to hit that double tap button. He's lying again. Lots of crap coming out of his mouth. The Ken mouth.
It was amazing. What a
Ken
difference.
mouth.
You
Ken
know, I always say,
mouth.
what a difference the president makes.
Hi, Michael.
The border. They said, it can't be done without Congress. It will take years. We did it in about 3 weeks.
Oh, he
We
is.
have a border that's now 9 months in a row. Nobody's come into our country illegally. I'm not even sure if that could be right. But the Democrats keep the stats. So they say, I mean, they have 0 people came in through our border. You see it, right? And I said, the president makes a big difference. Well, the generals make a big difference, too. But I told him, I said, Dan, if you don't mind, stay in the Situation Room You watch all those attacks that we're hitting those guys with, and they don't know what's happening. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft is all gone. It's all gone. Their radar is all
Ellen, you know nothing. Of course you don't. You watch mainstream.
gone. Their leaders.
He's watching us right now.
This
is what you need to do to make sure that you're paying attention to the news. Watch No News is News every single day. We watch the news. We watch the news sourced from the news. I used to be a PA for The Daily Show and Dana Bash on CNN and a few others. And what I realized is I was taking a clip of the show. They would produce a 40-minute TV show, and then they put that on repeat as the news all day long and call it 24/7 news. We live in the podcast live streaming era. Why not have an Asmongold style news network where you look at the actual news sources from the press and do all the news, do all the commentary of all the news. We do 3 hours here, and if we get to a 4th hour, it's because we hit over 10,000 views in those 3 hours. Then we do a 4th hour. After that 4th hour, we keep on going as long as there is 100 live members in the chat. So make sure to get your friends in here, hit that share button, double tap the screen, hit the like button. That sends more people into the chat for the poll of the day, which is what is your favorite Chuck Norris moment. Right now, we are 3 minutes into our broadcast.
set of leaders are all gone, and the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to. And you know what? We like it that way. And we have many other distinguished members of the United States military, but I want to tell you, Hexeth is doing a great job, and Raising Cane is doing a great job, as good as anybody's ever seen. Don't forget, we had...
Why does he keep calling him Raising Cane? Like, I thought it was a joke the first time, but, like, why he keep calling General Kane Raising Cane?
Venezuela, that was the beginning where people started...
Does he know he's doing this?
...to see the talent. I rebuilt the military and built it, frankly, including Space Force. But I rebuilt the military in my first term. I didn't think I'd be using it this much, but I'm glad I rebuilt it, because we can't let these lunatics have nuclear weapons, because they were going to use them. They'd use them fast. One of the ways you know that is when this whole thing started, they started shooting missiles all over the Middle East at countries that were basically not involved, because they wanted to take over the Middle East. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it. The only question would have been the first hour or the first day. That's the only question. They would have used it. And if they can use a nuclear weapon, the world would have been in big trouble. We had to stop. It should have been done long ago. I also want to thank FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, perhaps the most powerful man in this room. You are doing some job. He's trying to keep the fake news. He's trying to make the fake news real and respect it again, which is not...
He's trying to keep the fake news, make the fake news real again.
Not an easy job, but you're doing a really amazing job. First time that's happened in 25 years, so I congratulate you and everybody in the room. Everybody in this whole country is watching what you're doing, and we appreciate it. When a man can get elected in a landslide, winning think of it, 7 swing states, win them all. We win the popular vote.
It wasn't a landslide, bro. Like, we just had an election in the 70s, like less than 50 years ago, where the man won every single state except for Massachusetts. Not a landslide.
We win the Electoral College by...
See your bald head? No, you don't.
We win the
no, you don't. There's a hat on it.
Or 84%. And I got no good press. Think of it. Only one thing. That only means one thing. These people are not respected. They're just not respected, and we have to have a press that's
respected. This dude looks like he's about to shit himself.
And when you can win an election where they say that I got 94% bad press, think of it. The other side got 94% good press. When they can get 90.
Huh? 90. Where are you getting this stat at? 94% good press. I found out that they got 94% good press. What the fuck are you talking about?
4%.
How do you even measure that?
A landslide. That means the press is not respected. People have no confidence in. So you're doing a fantastic.
Also, what does that have to do with the Army football team?
Job.
Bro wants all the reporters to stay on topic when they ask questions, and then here he is like, the fuck does this have to do with the Army football team?
Senators Todd Young and Dan Sullivan, great senators, wherever you may be. You're here someplace. Where are you? Hello, fellas.
This
Good
would
senators.
never have happened if Trump were
Great
president.
guys. And
Exactly, right?
Representatives Ronnie Jackson, White House doctor. He served 3 presidents. He said,
why are you gay? Is you gay? Is you gay? Do you want to be gay? You want me to be gay with you? I is no gay. Didn't Trump run the Miss Teen USA pageant while he was best friends with Epstein? And Howard, he said on the Howard Stern show that he would walk into changing rooms and the girls at the pageants. Again, I don't think it was underage, to be honest. I'm not going to lean into the pedophilia on Donald Trump because I actually do care about the Epstein files. Did Donald Trump run what could have been an illegal operation for fucking models? Absolutely. Could he have potentially raped women in a dressing room? Absolutely. But you got to stay focused here, people, if you want to actually know the truth about Epstein or if you want to know the truth about, sexual harassment by the world leaders. Stop trying to make somebody a pedophile that clearly isn't one. This man likes big, fat, nasty, fake titties. Let it be.
get Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of Barack Hussein Obama? You had Obama. I didn't want to talk about Biden, but he said, and you had Bush. You had young Bush, I call him, young.
Young Bush?
Young Bush. I was not a fan, but that's all right. But they asked the press.
Okay, he just said that he didn't make a negative comment about Clinton, and he really hasn't made a negative comment about Clinton other than Hillary Clinton in the last 2 weeks, and he just now, for probably the first time, has mentioned Bush on our show. And remember, he told Peter Doocy that one of the presidents told him he wished that he had bombed Iran. I don't think it was Obama. I don't think it was Biden. I don't think that they would have ever talked. So it leaves it down to Bush or Clinton. And I truly now believe that the person he was on the phone with discussing the Iranian war was Bill Clinton. Which should scare the living shit out of all of us because that means that they were having a phone call probably the day of or the day after Bill Clinton was deposed for the Epstein trial. So these fucking billionaires and the president of the United States talking to an ex-president of the United States on a fucking secure line talking shit about the fucking they all worried about the Epstein files, but we both wanted to bomb Iran. It's either that or George Bush is calling him up and he's already making fun of Bush, not even mentioning him and shit. I think 2 fucking world-class elitists were having a conversation, and unfortunately Donald Trump is sitting there shooting the shit with Mr. Billy Clinton.
Who was the healthiest of the 3? Dr. Ronnie. Stand up, Dr. Ronnie. There's a big deal. Took a lot of heat for this. They said, no, most guys would say, well, we don't want to.
Oh, then why hasn't he been questioned? Because he won't be questioned because everything is politicized, dude. He'll be questioned once he's out of office. The same as Bill Clinton. Soon as Gavin Newsom becomes president, Donald Trump's going to be forced to testify. And you want to bet your ass, unlike the Clintons, they're going to make him do it live? He'll probably want to do it live. Fucking reality star motherfucker.
Talk about that. They said, who's the healthiest of the 3? He said, President Donald J. Trump by far. If he didn't eat junk food, he'd live to 200 years old, he said. And I love this guy. And he then left and he ran. He was an admiral. And he then left and he was a White House doctor, a very respected one. He saved a lot of lives. He was a great doctor. People don't realize that. And he then left and he said, sir, I'd like to run for Congress. I said, you've never done it before. You won't be able to pull it off. In a very, very all-Trump district, there were 28 people running. Man was retiring. He's been there for years. And I said, Ron, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but we'll try it, right? And we got him in. He blew him away. There was one man that was favored. He was a rhino. He was favored to win easily. And we wiped him out, right, Ron? And he's been a congressman. He's one of the most popular people in Congress. But I don't care about that. I just care that he was my doctor, and he said I'm the healthiest human being he's ever. Ronnie, am I healthier than these guys back here? Yes, sir. Oh, thank you. All right. See, this is why I like him. Also with Ronnie is Derek Van Orden, a fantastic guy, and members of the Naval Academy's Board of Visitors. Sean Spicer has gone on to great things, and Walt Nuda.
Yeah, Sean Spicer's gone into great things like Dancing with the Stars.
Walt. Walt's become a very famous guy. He works with me, and he does a great job. Great, loyal, incredible person. And Sean Spicer, where's Sean? Where's Sean? Great job. And he's got a very successful television career going. What the hell do I get out of it? Well, you know what? I get nice statements. That's what I get out of it, right? It's great. You've done great. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Those are really the people that are very much in charge of making everything
What a crock
work
of poop.
at the academy and the other academies separate groups. A very important position. For the Navy midshipmen, 2025 was truly a season for the ages. You didn't just win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, you made history as one of the greatest teams to ever wear the proud uniform of Navy football. Some uniform. The teams have gotten so good in the schools that I was able to get, and we're pushing it very hard to make it permanent, a military academy deferment policy. So, because you have some people here, you know, when I went on the field and I threw up a coin, I'm standing next to these guys. They were monsters. I said, look at the size of these guys. I thought they were supposed to be smaller. I thought you had sort of restrictions on size, you know? We got rid of that because some of these guys were extremely large. And we have the NFL teams here also. When whoever wins the Super Bowl, they come. The baseball teams, we had the Dodgers, we have them all. But I saw the size of these guys, so I got used to it. And I said, these guys are as big as the NFL. And at one of the visits a while ago, first term, they asked me, they said, sir, we have a hard time recruiting because a player, if he's really good, he can't do the 4 or 5 years in the military service. Could you would like to do a military academy deferment policy? I immediately knew what he meant. And we got it done. And it allows you to defer your service until after your career. So if you're going...
She was 14, by the way, and you read every single statement that you ever hear and you believe it. Is that what happens? Anytime anybody makes a statement, you automatically believe it? See, you're the reason that people were afraid to release the Epstein files anyway, because they were worried about their public perception after falsified documents from witnesses that never even made it to trial were going to be perceived as fact. And that's what you're now walking around doing. You do realize that there's somebody that's job it is to look at all of those testimonies and decide which ones are even good enough to go to court. The ones you're talking about weren't even good enough for a phone call or a video interview. Took the initial statement, said, okay, crazy, see you later.
The NFL for 10 years. So now everyone wants to...
Believe whatever you want,
so
Liam.
do I get credit for this successful team then?
But
The
not
superintendent's
founded
gonna say
proof.
yes. I don't
Definitely
know about
not
that,
founded
Coach. I don't know
proof.
about Kelly. But the coach, I think, is... it makes...
You got prosecuted 34 times, for fucking tax crimes. If you make $1 billion and you're not prosecuted 34 times for tax crimes, you probably didn't do it right.
Your life a little bit easier. It was tough. It was tough for the teams when they used to have to play guys that were twice there.
And what were those 34 counts for? For valuing his property for more than it was. Mar-a-Lago, by the way. Which clearly goes up in price every single day that he is president.
Size, right? So they did good. They had better heart.
Speaking,
They have,
poor
they
man.
have the best heart in the business, but size does matter. And so what we did is we got that so you have a deferment, so a lot of people are able to join now, and they do their service later. They're great patriots, but that would be a lot to ask. And I think it's helped your teams really compete at the highest level. The team was led by your incredible senior class, and that includes the co-captain and star quarterback, Blake
Separation of
Horvath,
synagogue
who
and
is
state.
fantastic. Where are you, Blake?
Your wish is as good as mine, man.
I was at that game. He's a player. Yeah, but good everything. You can run it. You can throw it. What do you think? NFL material? You have no choice. You have to. Thank you. Stay up here if you want. Look at this guy. He walks up. Most of them just stay there. Just, they don't want to. Very good. Look at him. I can't get rid of him. Stay there if you want. Come on. Stay there. He's a quarterback. What the hell? but he ends his college career as one of the most
What the fuck was that?
Navy
That's so
quarterbacks
wild.
of all time.
He's like, stay there, move there, do that.
Completion rate.
Bro's in the army, so he's like trying to listen to the president as the commander-in-chief. Bro's like, I don't, what?
Second only to the man we just spoke about, right?
Bro, yeah, just go away. Just go back to watching your liberal fucking whatever, man. Because, like, this show is not for you. This show is to watch fun of the news, make fun of the news, have fun, have a little fucking perspective. But if you're going to be like, I fucking hate Donald Trump, then, like, you're not going to enjoy this at all.
Just Staubach, who was unbelievable.
Trump is
He
such a
was
retard?
unbelievable. He served 5 years, and then he came in, and he
We
was
fucking pull that kid up there and then fucking make him do that thing.
came in at like 27 or something, and he was phenomenal as an NFL player. Likewise, senior wide receiver
Okay.
Eli
Bye.
Haydenreich scorched opposing defenses all year long. They've been writing about him, a lot of stories, setting a school record for receiving touchdowns. And you do need a quarterback for that. Where's Eli? Where's Eli? Come here, Eli. Get over here. Look at the size of this guy. They're all saying he's got NFL. Pretty good. I see by the size of those hands you have no trouble catching that ball. Come here. Great. Beautiful. And we're going to bring them down to the Oval Office. Nobody else. We don't have room for none of all these big shots that we have here. None of the senators. None of all these people. We're going to bring them down. We're giving them a special medal.
He lost of being a rapist.
Medal. A very expensive.
He didn't lose a case on being a rapist. Are you talking about E. Jean Carroll? E. Jean was a that was not a criminal case. There's been no criminal case or prosecution even of Donald Trump. And you apparently think that he was convicted of rape and he's just the president of the United States. Michael Olson, welcome back to the chat, my guy. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that double tap like button. Hit the like button. You spawn people in of all different political persuasions for our poll of the day. 27 minutes in, we have 33 minutes left before our runoff of J.D. Vance versus Gavin Newsom. 40 votes in, 24 minutes into the poll. And it looks like defeating the Soviet Union is our favorite Chuck Norris moment. R.I.P. Chucky Norrie. He tray on run because Donald Trump fart. Can you believe Chuck is really dead? I can't. Facts, man. My grandma used to play Walker, Texas Ranger like every fucking day when I was getting babysat in the 90s. It was either that or a Chicago Cubs game, and that's why I'm wearing the Chicago Cubs hat today, because R.I.P. to my grandma and my grandpa Wagner, my dad's parents. They were huge Walker's Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris fans. Pretty fucking crazy day to think that this man is dead, but he's done a lot of great for us. He won the Revolutionary War, he defeated the Nazis, he landed on the moon, he toppled the Soviet Union, and right now we are very proud of the fact that he toppled the Soviet Union. But all of Chuck Norris's everything that he's done is just unbelievable. Awesome. Go Cubs, go Cubbies, go Cubs, go. Whoa, we getting all the Cubs fans up in here. What?
Yeah. It's a medal that if I see it on
Go
eBay
Cubs.
tonight, I'll be extremely upset. All right, so we're going to all march down there later.
What happened when Trump is gone? How will your worship survive? How will you worshipers survive? Clowns, laughing, crying. How will you survive? I'll do the same thing. I'll just watch the next guy. The next guy will probably be Gavin Newsom. That'll be our next poll, though. We have our runoff, J.D. Vance versus Gavin Newsom, because they both got 50% last night. It was a runoff. So we got Gavin Newsom versus J.D. Vance for a second time in a row in the second hour of the show tonight. So double tap, hit that like button. Remember, if we get up to 10,000 views in 3 hours, right now we're at 1,500. I don't think it's going to happen today, guys. But if we get up to 10,000 views in 3 hours, then we go for that fourth hour. Right now, half an hour in. Remember, you can hit subscribe, get YouTube Shorts delivered to your algorithm, and also you hit that join button. When you hit that join button, $4 a month, you get a little logo next to your name in the chat. Helps us grow the channel, but also you get access to my entire film library, over 15 feature films right there on the front of the YouTube page in the film vault. Back to Donald Trump.
Are you looking to go NFL if you can?
Yes, sir. I'm hoping to.
Okay, good. That's great. I'll bet you make it. So we have,
I bet you make it. All his friends are like, he ain't making it.
have Eli and setting all the school records.
He ain't making it. He going to Iran. He ain't making it. I remember Chuck Norris' appearance on WWF 1994 Survivor Series. Facts. That was a
Receiving
solid one.
touchdowns, earning a spot at the NFL Combine, and cementing himself as, without a doubt, the greatest wide receiver in Navy history. That is not bad. Did you do the Combine?
Yes, sir.
How did you find it? Were you impressed by the athletes?
I was, yes, sir.
Were you as good as them?
I like the.
Were you better? They're all saying they like you. They're all saying he's better. Good. I can see it. We're going to watch, okay? We're watching all you guys. And let's not forget one of the strongest athletes the Navy has ever seen. Oh, this is the guy I want to meet. Who was named a first-team All-American. You can't do better than that. On 5 different organizations. So 5 groups named a first-team All-American. Senior lineman and co-captain.
You got to admit, at least with Donald Trump, if you get invited to the White House to do one of these things, it's exciting, it's natural, it's going to be fun, something crazy might happen. If you get invited by, like, a Joe Biden, can you imagine? You're just like, all right, cool, I get to, like, you go home and you say, I met the president. I got to go to the White House. That's what you say for that trip. If you go to the White House during Donald Trump, you say, guys, one time I met Donald Trump. And then everybody goes, what? Tell us more. And then they go, oh boy, I got a fucking story for you. So it's like, come on, guys. Do we really? If you get invited during Joe Biden, you just say, I once was invited to the White House. I once met the president. Which president? That's the asshole at the fucking, you know,
Landon
at the fucking
Robertson. Where's Landon?
party. Which president? Oh, he's feeling his shoulders.
Like, his arms are like steel. It just hurt my hand. I hit his muscle. It's like steel, man. We're not messing. You think
I don't
I
want to
can
meet a
take him to the
predator.
fight? It's like Ronnie.
I'm just saying, like, you got to be real with yourself. Like, if you were invited to the White House under Biden, you would say, I met the president, or I once went to the White House. If you ever were near Donald Trump, you would say, I met Donald Trump once. And you would go on talking about an entire story around Donald Trump, regardless of whether you hate him or love him. He likes to feel.
Thank you. Congratulations. That's fantastic. So listen to this about Landon with a 665-pound squat and a 465-pound bench press. What about women playing in men's sports? Think we could have a woman take your position? Is there a woman out there? I don't think so.
You might be embarrassed, but when you go to Thanksgiving the next year or you go to work the next day, you're literally going to be like, oh, I'm not going to talk about it. No, you're going to be like, I met Donald Trump. Can you believe this? I can't believe that this fucking actually happened. Like, blah, 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 blah. Not like as a good thing, but if you hate him, you're going to go and you're going to be like, I can't believe this motherfucker. I was there. I fucking saw this evil piece of shit pedophile, blah, 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 blah. Or if you love him, you're like, ah. If you met Joe Biden, you might not even mention it. You might not even mention it. You might say, I met a president once.
You know, we're trying to...
I wouldn't, to be honest. All right, well, you can just, as Cavicular said, you can just leave the chat because you're not being honest. You're not being honest right now. So I'm just going to, guys, I'm going to pull a Cavicular right now because y'all ain't being honest with yourselves. In this interview right now, you're not being honest. So there's really no point in any of this.
That no men, think of it, no men in women's sports. Maybe I'll put Landon in women's sports for a little while. How ridiculous. I mean, you know, they say that's an 80-20 issue. No. That's a 99% issue. It's amazing. Thank goodness the Democrats keep pushing these things. Open borders, transgender for everybody, and they want to have men playing women's sports. So Landon has some really big records, and he's so strong that the team had to special order a longer barbell. I see, because the barbell would break. That's crazy. Is he the strongest one on the team, guys? Is everyone? Huh? No doubt, with all you big, strong guys. Look at this guy at the end. What do you think, Landon? Look at that. He's a big guy. So thank you very much.
Come off exactly how I wanted it to.
I hope you. I love sports.
If you don't understand the reference to what I just pulled, what I just did there, go watch. The short that I just dropped, the YouTube short that I just dropped yesterday on Clavicular. He did a Channel 5 interview with Andrew Callaghan and asked him if he was comfortable with his own skin. And Andrew said, yeah, I'm comfortable with my own skin. And he's like, well, if you're not going to be honest, then like, I'm just going to leave. And he's like, at least it's got like 3,000 views right now. Go check it out on the YouTube shorts. That's what I was referencing, guys. I wasn't upset at you all. Back to Daddy Trump.
And I love competition. I love competition, and these guys are champions. But perhaps no single player better represents the heart and soul of this team than your 5'9", 174. I love those guys. Those guys that are a little smaller than you're supposed to be, but they have a bigger heart than...
A little smaller than you're supposed to be. Jesus Christ, guy.
Everybody on the team, right? And the other team, too.
Just me?
174-pound playmaker who delivered key knockouts and blocks on opponents almost twice his size. Senior Brandon Chapman. Brandon plays selfless, relentless football. I got this from his coach. As he likes to say, quote, here's a quote, the way I look at it, the fight's not over until I win. That's it, right? Just keep going. And that's really the spirit of the Navy and our great sailors. Where are you, Brandon? They love him. Boy, I tell you, you don't have players like that. You don't win. You just can't win. You need people like Brandon, and they all have that big heart. It's very tough when you get into that elite group. When you beat those schools that are big and powerful, it's a pretty amazing thing. This group of winners opposed and opened the 2025.
Yeah, exactly. LOL. Hey, look, our Navy beat the Iranian Navy. Again, it's the Navy, guys. It's the Navy.
Season with 7 straight victories, including a thrilling win over one of your top rivals. It's always tough, too, Air Force. Coach, Air Force is always tough. What is that?
Why is the Air Force always tough? Like, everybody there is like, Air Force is never tough. Air Force is actually one of the worst teams in college football history.
I mean, they're always tough. You beat them, but they always seem to have a good record. And they always seem to do well, right? But no problem with this team, right? What was the score you won by, Coach? Was it a close game or not that close?
I think we won by 3.
1 by 3. You won a couple of close ones, but you won. Doesn't really matter as long as you win, right? So that's great, Coach. But as every Navy football player knows, you don't make it to the White House unless you also triumph over Army on that second Saturday of December, which is the whole deal. I was at that game. It was amazing. It was an amazing game. The spirit. And I have to say, they introduced Trump. The place went crazy. There were no, let's give a little boo. There wasn't a boo in the house. Even the fake news couldn't say. I've gone to games where I would say I got 97%, but there might be one person, boo.
Let's check in really quick right now. Double tap that screen. Hit that like button if you're just joining us. You send more people into the chat. If we go to 10,000 views in 3 hours, we go for that 4th hour of news. We're 38 minutes into the broadcast, 35 minutes into our first poll of the evening. What was your favorite Chuck Norris moment? Your favorite Chuck Norris moment? Winning the Revolutionary War, 22%. Defeating the Nazis, 25%. Landing on the moon, 29%, and now currently winning. And defeating the Soviet Union, a good 25%. What are you doing? You trying to get a ball or something? Bro, I'm doing a show right now. You know that, right? You're like making everything about you in the middle of my show. But thank you all for showing up, for watching the show, for doing the thing. We are going back into the second half of the first hour. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm. And after that, you see that little join button. Hit that join button. $4 a month. You help support the channel. Get a little logo in the chat that changes every month that you are a supporter. And you get full access to my entire film library as a film director, over 15 feature films right there on the front of that YouTube channel. Check it out right now. Here we go. Daddy Trump
becomes a star. But
I'm following for the mustache. Appreciate you.
That game. That was some game. It was some scene in the
first pin of the night.
126 Army-Navy football game. And again, something I really enjoyed. I love being there. I'll be there. Coach, I'll be there. You got to be back, Coach. We can't ever lose you. You'll be back, right? Well, you better be back. Do whatever you do, Kelly. Get him signed, right? Speaking of that, and you get him signed, all right? But you battle back from a 2-score deficit to draw within 6 points in the fourth quarter. I was there. It was looking not great. It was not looking great, fellas. You know, I can't say I was rooting for you, but I did want to see that commander-in-chief deal. Is a big deal, right? And
hello, what's going on today? Well, we got Daddy Trump, and he's talking to the Army. We also RIP Chuck Norris. Appreciate you, Don Peddle. And we just sit here, we make fun of the news. We watch all the news raw every day, unfiltered, starting live, usually around 7 p.m., but right now, tonight, we're doing a 2 p.m.er. If we get over 3 hours and over 10,000 views in those first 3 hours, we go for a fourth hour, and then we stay live every hour that we're above 100 viewers. We don't know if we're going to make it there right now. R.I.P. Chuck Norris. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry the operation has been renamed America Eat Shit.
it only happens if you win.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
And it wasn't looking great. With time slipping away, Navy mounted one final drive, and you marched down.
R.I.P. Trump. Well, have you seen the latest Joe Rogan? Because the latest Joe Rogan should make you realize you're a complete retard if you think that if you eat up any of the Iranian propaganda. Joe Rogan currently thinks that Netanyahu is dead. He doesn't understand what a autofocus feature is on a cell phone camera. I will say, it is kind of weird to be like, here's proof of life in a cafe. We're going to also put iPhone autofocus on this so that people can fucking second guess it. But Joe Rogan being one of the people that's like, it's definitely fake. And then like, as he was saying it on the podcast with fucking Mark Norman, Jamie pulls up a live press conference of Netanyahu. And Joe Rogan's like, well, and Jamie's like, there are people at the press conference. You know that, right? Well, do they show the people? It's like, motherfuckers turning into straight up Candace Owens.
Field, nearing the goal line after running back Alex Teska broke loose into the secondary, which was amazing, for a huge 24-yard gain. Okay, where's Alex? Where's Alex? I saw Alex before. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
They are chiseled ass motherfuckers, aren't they?
I watched that because it was not looking
They're
good.
large motherfuckers.
After you did that, the momentum shifted, right, Coach? The coach was saying, I don't know, I got a problem. We all felt good. That's great. Congratulations. That's beautiful. That's amazing. So, Alex did his job, and he did a fantastic job.
R.I.P. Norris.
But every
He's dead.
football-
Yeah. Welcome back, Big Bag of Pop 420. Yes, R.I.P. Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris died today. That's why our first poll question of the day is about Chuck Norris. We will get to that second question, the final question, J.D. Vance versus Gavin Newsom in our second hour. But R.I.P. Chuck Norris.
Player knows every single one
His
of them.
response to the reporter was, well, why do you
don't have
need
heart,
Japan
you
warn
don't have
us,
that- you can have all
referring
the
to Pearl
strength-
Harbor? Yeah, that was fucking crazy. We watched that yesterday. That was wild when he was like, surprise attacks. You guys like surprise attacks. Pearl Harbor.
Like Brandon, you can have all the
R.I.P.
strength you
Chuck
want,
Norris.
but if you don't have heart. That's exactly what Alex showed, and he's another one that's known for that. Then 3 times the formidable Army defense held the line, and they really held it, making it 4th and goal, midshipmen.
R.I.P. Gavin
so
Newsom.
it's time to do or die, right, Coach? And
Not until after he's
with 6
president. It's like the later. These people live forever, by the way. Like Gavin Newsom ain't gonna die until like the year 2000 or 3070 or something. It's gonna be like 80 more years before Donald Trump dies.
minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. Other teams might have kicked an easy field goal, but that's not this, Coach. Coach, did you have a call? Did you call up the superintendent and talk to him like, what do I do? Or did you just say, let's go for it? I think you said go. I think you just go for it, right, Coach? But not this team with this coach, with the Commander-in-Chief's trophy
Chuck
on
Norris
the line,
didn't
which is a big
need
deal.
Blake
dropped back
he can do it himself.
in the pocket, surveyed the field, delivered
Paul
a
Bears.
strike
Paul
across the
Bears,
middle
not Paul
to
Bears.
Eli for a
Doesn't need Paul
touchdown
Bears, he can do it
and
himself.
secured victory
Facts.
over Army in one of the most
Facts.
iconic
Pinnable
moments
comment
in
there.
Navy
Pinnable comment.
football history. I wouldn't say in Army football history.
Like
I guess
Branson
it
reading
was
a
iconic
book
also,
report
but not
in
quite
first
in the
grade.
same manner. But I watched
My
that. That was
baby,
incredible. The annual Army-Navy game is truly one of the most special occasions in all of sports, but in recent years, the college football playoff expansion has
Too soon?
encroached on this sacred 4-hour time slot
No, I think it represents
traditionally
well.
reserved for Army-Navy. So, what did I do? I went out. I don't know if I could have pulled it off. I have much more power in my second term, don't you think? What do you think? Would you say, Brendan? Much more power. First term, I don't know if I could have gotten away with this, but what did I do? I went out and said, I'm going to sign an executive order to ensure that the second Saturday in December is preserved exclusively. Nobody's playing football. Not Ohio State against Notre Dame. Not LSU against Alabama. Nobody's going to play football for 4 hours during that very special time of the year in December. It's preserved forever for the Army-Navy game.
I think that is smart. It's an American, like he. This is where the reality TV show producer comes in. Like this is really smart. By isolating that event and making it like that, he is essentially building an all-star game for the government at their highest collegiate level. Like the Army-Navy game was always a big deal, but solidifying it on a permanent date structure in a way that is the same as, Saturday championship, high school football on Thanksgiving. It's like it's permanent. That was a smart one.
Now, if you don't want to watch football, you don't have to. But if you want to watch football, you're only watching one
Just
game.
know
You're
he
not
is
watching
shitting his
19
pants
different
as he's
games.
speaking.
All
Your
of them,
grandson sounds
in
like
many
an
ways,
idiot.
big. So, Coach, that puts a little pressure because the
Someone
whole
can
world's
imagine
going
the
to be
smell
watching.
too soon.
So nobody else is going to be allowed. Of course, we'll probably get sued at some point. We always get sued. But we win those suits, and we'll win this one. The only game that's going to be played, so we preserve that time, no matter who it is. You're playing the Army-Navy game. It keeps it special. We like it, right? Are you okay with it?
JD has a turd fetish.
And just simply, we don't want other college football games playing over us. And frankly, I'd always watch the Army-Navy game anyway, but you don't know. You get some of these games, they're pretty tough, pretty good, and they're pretty tough. And they'll be able to play, but they'll play after 7 o'clock, I think. We brought it all the way up to 7 o'clock, so that should give you plenty of time, even if you have a little overtime stuff. So it's great. It's just an honor to do because it's such an important tradition of our country. Mm-hmm. It's beyond football, actually. It's a tradition.
And it's a permanent structure of a U.S.-based tradition, a government-based tradition. And so, and you have access to your own airwaves as the government. Like, people don't understand this either. Like, all across the board, yes. Huge win! Huge sports win for Daddy Trump today. Liar politicians, babbling moron.
Short months, the 28 seniors on this team will be commissioned as
Big
officers
Ten.
in the greatest military the world has ever seen. We have the greatest military in the world, the strongest, the greatest. And
I want Ally and I to do exactly what Indiana did this last year. It's Illinois football's turn. Yeah, like anybody cares.
We're proving that when
Like
you can
anybody
take
cares. Primo
Venezuela
screams.
in a matter of minutes.
Primo
Put
screams.
somebody on a helicopter that was well guarded with
Are you one of the
thousands
ladies
people
screaming
with
in the
iron
park?
doors. Those doors were like plastic. The United States Navy, the Marines.
Rest in peace, Amen. Zohar. Joe Biden, probably.
The whole military, we have the greatest in the world. I was so proud of what I did, and I always loved Space Force because that was my baby. That has never happened. That hasn't happened in 81 years, a new force, and it hadn't happened.
Is he
And I
sending
think
these
we all
kids to
agree
be
that
killed
Space
too?
Force
No,
has
people forget it's remote controls now, guys. We just send missiles. We don't send people.
become, you think, right?
Then
Very
how do people
important-
die? They
very
die at the
important to
bases when
success
they
that we're
send their
having even
missiles.
now.
Damn
Over
Karens.
the past few weeks, the world has seen the true strength and might of our sailors and aviators as they fought in one of the most complex and successful military operations of all time against the Iranian regime. And it's amazing. It's not. I don't want to
Cheers.
get too crazy here.
Friday
Not
afternoon, my guy.
It's not even a contest.
Friday afternoon.
They do whatever they want. They can't. They had a lot
My
of great
last,
equipment.
my last relaxing Friday afternoon, taking that full-time job now. So every night, weeknights, I'm gonna be after probably 6 o'clock now with you guys, being exhausted. Got a job that starts at 9 a.m. now for the foreseeable future.
Russian equipment.
Indo-Iran win.
Chinese equipment, they had plenty of money. That equipment was
Loser sitting at home with a head seat who knows nothing with zero resume, bitching about politicians. How ironic. Let's listen. You must know so much. I have 3 jobs. This is one of them. We've been running for 2.5 weeks. Have quite the crew. This is not a headset. These are called headphones. They help me listen to the audio that you guys are listening to without an echo. It's part of a skill set called producing. Thank you so much for joining.
useless against us, useless. No force on earth can beat the American sailors or the American military. We're the strongest in the world by far. To those standing behind me who will soon be joining these missions, I say, sail fast, stay strong, and
Sail fast, bro. This is not the Navy. This is the Army. The Army beat the Navy. They are not sailing anywhere. You should have told the people who were killed in that in a drone war. Again, like I said, like anybody killed on our side wasn't on Iranian soil. We're not going over there fighting them Normandy style.
go Navy. And I just want to congratulate again this incredible team on the win of this trophy. It's not often that this trophy gets presented. You have to have a very special year to get it. And I'm going to sign the executive order right now and then invite Coach Newberry up to say a few words and talk about what a great team and what great individuals they are. So, Coach, I'll sign and then you take over, okay? Thank you very much.
Does it make sense why Romney wanted to reinstitute cavalry in sailboats yet? Chuck Norris didn't die. He went to kill death. Facts. Pinnable comment. Pinnable comment. Pinnable comment. Israel, 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 Israel. Hi from Israel. Hi, Israel.
This is not
How
an
you doing?
autopen. Imagine taking it and say, would you please have this signed?
Do you believe Netanyahu's alive? Because Joe Rogan on his podcast today is sitting there trying to say that they're faking Netanyahu's life and he's not. He's already dead.
Somehow, I don't know how
That's Americans for you.
to by that. Didn't
Mark
work.
Buckley. Hey,
Let's go.
hey, how you guys going? How you doing? No more football except for a fucking Army-Navy game on Saturday, guys. So, got 4 hours to go to sleep in December.
That's close to a 10, maybe a 10.
It's a nice nap. You know, like when the Masters comes on? It's a nice nap. December afternoon. You're at the in-laws' house. You're like, why am I here? Take a nice little nap after a piece of pie. Nom, nom, nom. Chuck Norris didn't die. He just transcended life and escaped the Matrix. Facts. Pinnable comment again. Pinnable comment again. That's deep in a lot of ways. Who is even Chuck Norris? Hey, that's quite questionable as well. Welcome, weekend at BB's. I don't know. I don't feel it. I think that Joe Rogan is a complete retard, to be honest.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for signing that executive order, protecting the sanctity of the Army-Navy game. It's a game with a soul, and it deserves to be protected. Thank you very much. Thank you to you and your staff, your gracious hospitality, and for making today's ceremony possible. Thank you to the distinguished guests and everyone in attendance for being here to recognize this team and this exceptional group of young men. On behalf of our players, our staff and their families, our superintendent, General Michael Book-Schulte, and our athletic director, Michael Kelly, it's truly an honor to be here. We're grateful and humbled to be back again. As I shared last year, it's been our goal to return to this stage many times.
We are 5 minutes away, guys. 5 minutes away from hitting our first hour. And it looks like, honestly, 4,000 views. Okay, it looks like we're actually right now on trajectory. If we hit that par for the next 2 hours, we will be going for that fourth hour, guys. 4,100 now right here. So make sure you double tap, hit that like button. That sends more people into the chat of all different political persuasions for our first poll of the evening, which is, what was your favorite Chuck Norris moment? RIP. 82 votes in with 7 minutes remaining on this poll. Okay? Winning the Revolutionary War, 21%. This is all a close race here. And we've had 3 winners every time that we've been announcing this. Defeated the Nazis is now winning with 28%. Landed on the moon was winning last time, and now it has 27%. And defeating the Soviet Union was our first winner initially, which with 24%. But quite the fascinating life that Mr. Chuck Norris led. My grandparents used to watch Chuck Norris and Walker, Texas Ranger all the time at the VFW while she cleaned up during the day and babysat me, and I was 5 and it smelled like cigarette smoke, and it was either that or a Cubs game, which is why I'm wearing the Cubs hat today. RIP to my grandparents who were Walker's Texas Ranger Chuck Norris fans in real life, even more so than the meme, and led me to discover Chuck Norris before a lot of people even knew the Chuck Norris or the notorious Norris-ness. I feel like a lot of the Norris happened with Dodgeball. When Dodgeball happened, that was a huge Norris influx. We have 5 minutes left of this. We have 5 minutes left of our vote. After this is over, guys, we go to the poll of the night, the poll that we did not get solved last night. After 400 votes, it was tied 50-50. J.D. Vance, Gavin Newsom in the runoff for who will be president. We will return to that poll right after this video.
No higher honor
it
in
takes
our program than standing
the Democrats who, bro, I feel like the Israelis
the Brotherhood
just used an AI video so Netanyahu would remain safe, but I think he's hiding in a bunker. I honestly don't. I think that it was an idiot social media person that literally left the autofocus feature on. I can turn that feature on right now on my thing. Like, you literally... Oh, I can't turn them on here. Wait, maybe if I go to OBS I can? If I click on me? Can I do it now? I don't want to mess with it. But right before I go live, I can do it all like inside of my phone. And what it does is it just blurs the sides and blurs the background. But when it does that, it gives this like digital distortion to me. So when you're moving around, you could disappear. You can do all kinds of shit. So if you're filming a proof of life video in a cafe, why in the fuck would you leave that stupid autofocus feature, depth of field shitty thing, AI, on that would allow for these people to start doing their Candace Owens crazy shit? Also, like, we were watching the press conference of Netanyahu yesterday, and somebody even said out loud, they were like, it's somebody whispering in the background? So we were even hearing the people that were watching the press conference live yesterday. The guy's alive. The guy's alive. Walker Texas Ranger was a shit show, and I was a kid, but as an adult, it just he's seeing Bruce Lee's movies. LOL. I know. I hated when it was on as a kid. I haven't even turned it back on. I need to today. I need to turn on an episode, see what that was fucking like. But I hated that show as a kid. I wanted the baseball game. Like, I wanted a boring Cubs game on way more than that because, good God, that. Steven Seagal was a much better action guy than Chuck Norris. I remember his movies more. The auto feature can hide the ring and leave the hands just fine. Exactly. Be water, my friend. Here's the thing, is that I feel like any of those auto features should be shut off. And if you're hired by the fucking Israeli team to do proof of life videos for their social media, they should at least have as much knowledge as I do as somebody that does social media for people. And what would I do? I would make sure that that was an auto, or that was a manual only video. I would purposely change my f-stop. I would purposely match my exposure. I would lock these things in, and I would film the video. But again, we live in this world where you hire your niece or nephew and you just hand them their iPhone, and however it came is how they film it. And it actually fucking stirs all this shit up, and you don't even hire the people with the knowledge behind the cameras or the equipment or the whatever to understand the perplexity of what you're essentially like spinning out of control. But from my angle, that's what I see. Even when I'm watching Joe Rogan sitting there analyzing it, I'm seeing Jamie react the same way as me, which is like, if you know anything about cameras and how this shit is being produced, like, they're just fucking up left and right. They're a bunch of old hags. They're a bunch of unks. They're a bunch of goddamn, 80-year-old geriatrics that have hired their nieces and nephews right out of college, and these Gen Zers are just filming the video. You also have an entire perpetual media market that is completely devoted to the second that you release something, commenting on it and speculating and building a conspiracy around the opposite of it.
And all the men and women who serve and have served in our Navy and Marine Corps.
Ancient compared to
These
Chuck
young
Norris.
men understand that wearing the Navy uniform comes with a responsibility greater than football. Each day they strive to live up to the core values of honor, courage, and commitment, and the standards of those who came before them. Leaders of character who have gone on to serve our country with distinction. What they accomplished this season is a direct result
You look
of that
like a white
ethos
version of
and
Neil
mindset.
Tyson.
The players here on stage and to
The fuck? The fuck? Why are you just coming at me like that? Why are you fucking just coming at me like that? A white Neil Tyson?
my left in the audience are some of the very best our country has to offer. In just a little over 2 months, these 28 seniors standing behind me will graduate and commission as officers in our Navy and Marine Corps under your command, Mr. President. They will do so with character, discipline, and the values that define this institution.
I don't know if it's good or
Also, we
bad.
recognize our fellow service academies.
I don't know.
The United States Army, the United States Air Force. The rivalry we share is among the greatest traditions in college football, but it is grounded in deep and enduring respect, because we know that one day many of these young men may stand shoulder to shoulder
That's good in my
defense
opinion.
of our
Okay.
nation. The Commander-in-Chief's trophy represents the commitment, discipline, teamwork.
Right now, we're on par for that
Define
fourth
the
hour,
future and
guys.
warfighters
Keep it up.
of
Keep
our
it
armed
up. Hit
forces.
that like button.
Every day, our players
You look
balance
scared
the
as
demands of
AF.
Division I
Because
athletics,
Tyson is freaking
the
humble
responsibility
genius.
of preparing to
Well, yeah, because if they laugh too much, then the Karens film them and make a whole video about how the military is like a bunch of fucking masculine assholes. And if they don't laugh enough, then Daddy Trump is going to fucking execute them.
serve as officers. That
Because
challenge
Tyson
forges
is
the
freaking
character this
humble
trophy
genius.
represents.
He's a big teddy bear.
In our view,
Yeah,
it
Chuck
is the
Norris
most
teach Bruce Lee.
meaningful and honorable trophy in all of college
He looks scared as
sports.
fuck.
To our families, alumni, and the countless people who support the Naval Academy.
Grow up in the right
thank
corner,
you.
definitely looking scared as
Your
fuck.
belief in these young men and what this institution stands for makes moments like this possible and special. Mr. President, thank you for hosting us today and for your continued support of the men and women who serve our great country.
No smoking
This
DeGrasse
time, I'd like
Tyson.
to bring our two captains, Landon Robinson and Blake Horvath, up to present you with a couple of gifts.
I'm the there were only two genders, white and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hey, that helmet looks fucking weird. They just gave him a helmet and a ball. The ball says Navy on it, though. Aren't they the Army? They're the Army, aren't they?
Well, first, Mr. President, it's just an honor to be here.
Oh, the Naval Academy. Oh, okay. So the Navy beat the Army. That makes no sense.
Strong neck.
You gotta
Well,
pee.
you're the healthiest guy here, so you got the neck to do it. Yes, sir. So just want to say thank you so much for having us here. Absolute honor. And last year, I was hesitant to say it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, right? Because I knew we'd be back this year. So I'm glad I can now say it's a twice-in-a-lifetime
Looks like
experience.
he didn't want to be there at all.
And
Yeah.
just couldn't have done it without our whole team here, right? Our support staff, from the strength and the trainers to all these guys and all the guys who are still at school right now in class. Thanks to all of them and just for everybody for supporting us. And, go Navy, beat everybody.
Absolutely. First off, thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to be here. Blake said most of it, but I'm just so thankful to all my teammates and all my coaches for all the hard work they've put in. It's very hard to go 11-2 in the season, but I couldn't be more proud to play for Navy football, and I couldn't be more proud to represent the United States Naval Academy. So go Navy, beat Army forever.
Still had 2 losses.
We're going to see you at the Oval. Now, anybody does not want to go to the Oval, please raise your hand. Okay. I'll see you in the Oval. I had a feeling you were going to do that. Thank you. See you in a couple of minutes, okay?
There's a war going on while y'all are
Thank you
playing
very
games.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But the war is the games. Why do you think we play these games? Why do you think we play football? We play football so that we learn how to do war, bro. That's why we play football. All right. Are we there? We are there. Ending the first poll of the evening. Wow. And the winner is defeating the Nazis. I kind of knew it. I kind of had a feeling. But R.I.P. Chuck Norris, Mr. Chuck Norris. Landed on the moon, 27%. Defeating the Soviet Union, 24%. Winning the Revolutionary War, 21%. It's very hard to decide. R.I.P. Chuck Norris. And on to our poll of the evening that was even harder to decide. Last night we did our poll of the evening, which is to break the top 4 candidates. Then we take the top 2 and we put them head to head. And we couldn't figure out who is going to be president in 2028. Is it going to be J.D. Vance or is it going to be Gavin Newsom? Those were the only 2 choices, guys. We ended the night after 3 hours at 50-50. So we have to come back and try to break the tie now. Like what you see, show your love by hitting that like, subscribe, and share. Absolutely hit that. And here we go. We're going into hour 2 now, guys. Double tap, hit that like button. You send more people into the chat. Right now we're at 5,000. If we get 5,000 more in the next hour and 50 minutes, we have an hour and 50 minutes to get 5,000 more, we will go into that 4th hour. After that 4th hour, if we have, I don't know, say like above 50 viewers or we're doing well or we got stuff to watch, we'll go a 5th hour. We'll keep going from there over and over. If it's above 100 viewers, we have to stay live. Unless I have work tomorrow or I have to push the button and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I got to be done now. It's been 12 hours. I'm going to fall asleep. But even then, if I'm above 100 people, I might just like go to bed on stream. But those are the rules. Double tap, hit that like button if you're coming in. Hit that subscribe button. You get sent YouTube Shorts to your algorithm. Once you hit that subscribe button, you'll hit that join button, just like Big Bag of Pop 420 right here with the gift membership. Make sure you hit allow gift memberships. You might receive one of the gift memberships. Catherine Carpenter, 4677, is now a member. So, Catherine, you just received access to my entire film library since I was 18 years old. Over 15 feature films in 4K, all there, access free. No commercials, no nothing. Go check it out right there on the front of the YouTube channel page. And you too can be a member, $4 a month. And that little logo next to your name, we're gonna start changing those logos up. I'm gonna make them like political. We're gonna have more fun with the logos as well. But the logos change every month that you stay a member and stay supporting us. The Army Navy football game was in December. Yes, stupid moron, and Navy won, so they received the Commander in Chief's trophy. Absolutely, I know. I was reading the Naval Academy. I thought it was the Army Academy. I'm sorry. I guess it's my fault for not understanding a game that was 5.5 months ago and who and what happened at it with no purpose other than today. You could just let him go. I can fucking run on him. I'm railroading him. All right. But I appreciate you, Big Bag of Pot. And we are coming back into our second hour now, guys. What else do we have? We had Daddy Trump there. Makes remarks while leaving the White House. Let's see. Oh, no. Nope. We don't have anything on that. Trump admin officials speak at White House. Not yet. Nothing there yet. Former Secretary of State discusses global impact of U.S. intervening in Venezuela. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can check in with our boy, Mr. Azzy Goldie. Mr. Asmongold. Let's see what he's up to.
Associated with the daycare, most receiving hundreds of thousands from Washington State.
Last year they reported almost 2 million in sales, but both of the families that run daycare
appreciate you, Big Bag of Pop 420. You are the best, my guy.
Junior way are not answering the door. I'm looking for Muhammad Asli. Muhammad Asli, is this Bilan family childcare? Bilan childcare? It's not at this address? Okay. I received almost $500,000 for supposedly caring for 6 kids last year. Rice sitting. I don't hear anyone moving inside.
Where's the bananas?
Over 133
The
grand.
problem balls.
Caring
Appreciate
for
you.
4 children, presumably.
Man, so it's just dude, what the fuck? I know. I don't think people realize, like, I grew up in Austin, Texas, in a working class neighborhood. There were a lot of people who had dubious nature citizenship here in where I've grown up, right? And in the process of growing up here, I've seen the way that these people manipulate, get over on, and take advantage of the system. I've seen this happen many times. And because I've seen it so much, that's given me a unique insight into the way that these people treat things and the way that they behave. And now that more people are seeing it, you're starting to see everybody else pick up on the same thing. So Nick's starting an army of journalists. I think 95% of them are in on the scam. No, you're wrong. It's like 100% basically. They're all in on it. They all know what's going on. They're all doing it. I'm in the mindset that once these people come are condoning violence or basis of their argument, I just automatically ignore their point. Yeah, exactly. I think that's true too. Imagine if Nick never made his video. Well, the problem is that there's a lot of people that are still trying to defend it. There are. And so you have, is this the same clip? I think no, this is a separate one.
This was what we refer to as ground zero.
Ground
zero. That building is considered ground zero because it just was so blatant.
Hospice patient advocate Sheila Clark has been raising alarm on this one building in LA for years. This building, our investigation found, is home to 89 registered hospice companies. It's called the Marabi Professional Medical Plaza, and it's the most extreme case of hospice clustering that we found.
And this particular building, I noticed, I'm like, dang. How can there be that many licensed and certified hospices in this tiny little building?
We went to the Van Nuys address to find out what's going on. We're going to try to go in and see what we can find.
That's fucking wild.
Here's the directory.
How can there be so many hospices in one building?
Hospice.
Hospice.
Home health agency. Hospice.
Can you come back?
Just looking at this directory, you can see dozens of hospice agencies coming up.
Yep.
The state and federal records for hospice agencies tell you a lot. State auditors have identified warning signs when they're looking for fraud,
potential
like
fraud.
Multiple hospice offices packed into one building.
All of this is by design. I say this over and over, and I will continue saying it. They are doing this on purpose. They are doing it so they can continue to fund these parasite.
I don't think that that's true at all. I think that this is a true and founded government neglect. This is exactly what Elon Musk was pointing out with Doge, and it's on a much larger scale. And then when you see J.D. Vance and Trump and others latch onto it and latch onto only one side of it, like the Somali side, and not the perceivable legal scams of the Hasidic Jew communities in New York and New Jersey, you start to realize, like, yeah, Asmongold does have a point. Some of it is systematic, and some of it is being allowed, but you're only supposed to be doing it the legal way to be allowed. And then the illegal way is just people realizing that the legal way is a scam as well, so why not just defraud the entire system? And then the people that are legal citizens that have nothing to do with the fraud whatsoever or the legal fraud whatsoever are like, fuck it. Like, do whatever you want. The whole fucking system is fraud.
This looks like.
Yep.
We weren't the first ones to come to this building. Federal inspectors.
And also, it's facts that, like, there just people don't do their jobs in corporate America. They just don't. So, like, even if you hire thousands of agents to go and do, like, are they going to really actually arrest people? Do you really believe they would? I don't believe they'll ever fucking do that.
Satisfied with the care, but inspectors found no one from the hospice
Democrats
ever
don't want to believe
even
their eyes
visited
are
that
facts.
patient.
Yeah, that's because what they do is that they have, so this is the strategy. They basically sign up people for fake patients, and then they split the money that they get from the government with that patient's family.
Right.
So that's the way it works. So, like, let's say that, you know, they find somebody they know and they sign this person up for hospice care. And then after they sign the person up for hospice care, then after that, they say, okay, well, now we need $2,000 from the government. So now you're getting $2,000 from the government.
Yep.
Okay, well, you know, you take 500 of that dollars and then you give that to the family that you're giving hospice care to. And then you don't have to do anything. The family doesn't have to do anything. And you just got a free $500. And who paid for it? The taxpayer did.
And
that's the way it works.
And it's the same as any scam. It's literally just like Uber or anything else. Like, once you know how to do it, once you've done it once, why wouldn't you just do it over and over again? You now know how to do it. So people would be like, oh, well, why would they go through all of that work? Like, they're actually doing a service because it's, like, difficult for people to do that kind of thing, or they don't even know what they're doing. Yeah, it's like with any other scam, with any other get-rich-quick job or anything. It's like, once you're doing it, you can just keep doing it. You keep collecting it. Get more, get more, get more. It's easy now, right?
They don't want to talk about it for that reason. If it was white people doing this, every single fucking news, like CNN would be doing 60-minute specials on this, or 60 Minutes would be, you know, ABC News would be there constantly. Do you remember, like, whenever they want?
But we don't have a culture like that. That's what's, it's weird to compare that. Because white people don't have a culture that would have us all systematically fucking trying to get rich off the government.
Okay, for you guys, it's mostly
Michael.
A worker wrote about a family's grief when their loved one had passed.
That's not our problem. That's yours.
But there is no evidence the patient was actually dead. These hospices have been billing Medicare for reimbursement with your tax dollars.
And you have like, whenever somebody dies, they get a death certificate, and that's verifiable through, like, public record. It's super easy to find that.
For years.
Why are we still seeing such, you know, rampant signs of this? Why hasn't more been done?
We're committed to...
Because they're ignoring it for racial solidarity and ethnic reasons. That's the reason why, and for voting.
I don't know. I think
they want to activate racial minority.
I think all this is just speculative politics. Like, in reality, it's just neglect. It's neglect, and it's awareness of a system and a scam. Scammers are aware of something, and the government, like, is the government ever going to stop their own scam? No, because they're the fucking government. They suck at everything.
For investigating the industry here in California.
California is always going to have the biggest numbers. We're the biggest state. We're the fourth largest economy in the world. We have the most people of any state.
He's right.
And but this issue is unacceptable, and we need to keep tackling it and do more.
We're also following the money here.
The problem is that there also is another big component that the people that get in trouble for this, the punishment for it isn't severe enough. It must be more severe.
Here,
That's the problem. If you got 10 years in prison for doing something like this, a lot of people wouldn't even try it. But if you can try it with your grandparents and you can make $500, and then you're like, oh, I can just do a whole business out of this, and even if I get caught and I have 400 of these, I'm only going to have to pay a fee of $3,000 or whatever. And you just got here, like, you're just in hustle mode. Like, this is America, this is capitalism. Isn't this what you're supposed to be doing? Like, there's sort of an argument for it. I don't think it's this racial voting fucking Democrat bullshit hoax thing. I think it's just kind of like how America is, and the government sucks at seeing themselves getting scammed. And of course the government's going to then point the finger and say it's the left and it's the right. It's the government.
Make insane content out of it.
Is this?
Oh no, I'd show up at their house with the ICE agents. I'd show up like Ash Ketchum. I'd say, guess what? Guess what? Get your shit. Nah, bring your family too. Let's go, boys. Come on.
Who started that program, and is it still going? Yes, it is. Exactly. There are racial disparities, I guess. I would say nation-state disparities. You could grow up white in India and an Indian citizen and gain access to that same benefits and same program. Like, that's why it's hard to make it the color of your skin, because then when you start doing that, you lose power as a citizen. Now you are only welcome wherever your skin color is welcome. You got to maintain nationality.
The enforcement, the shutting down of these hospices.
We have dramatically accelerated our
American
ability to take out the bad guys by stopping their payments. And that's the big mindset shift.
Ooh,
I want to make it clear, we're not going to pay you money
just
because you sent me a piece of paper with a bill on it. We're going to check to make sure that's legitimate, and that document is evidence that you actually...
Nah, y'all not doing enough. Like, it's good. It's good that he's doing this, but like, you got to go after them after that.
Something that's helpful to the American people, or you're not getting money from us.
When we went back to Marabi Plaza, we found the building's owner, Kambiz Marabi.
I have vacancies.
And I think that, for the really good scammers that are like at like $5 million, we could have like a financial, competency test where it's kind of like the Squid Games, but it's the scam games. And so whoever can scam in the most efficient way, or like understand scams in the most efficient way, can get another visa that they can actually get their citizen. Basically, they can be scammers, but if they win this system, then they can get the visa back and then help us get more scammers like them.
Yep.
Like a snitch system. We hire them. Yeah, exactly. You get a government job. Yeah.
Tenant would come in as long as...
We saw this part.
If you learn of hospices in your building that are accused of fraud,
I would immediately
you would get rid of them.
Seize the assets?
Okay.
Oh, I'd take all their shit.
No, no one has ever come to me tell me that, okay, this or that is doing fraud.
Why is he talking to the landlords but not the businesses? Because the businesses aren't there. That's the whole point. But why isn't he talking to the businesses? Brother, it's because they don't exist. That's the reason why. Like, that's it. What you said already exists. It's called most forensic accountants. Well, they got to have more of them. They do. They got to have way more of them. Right now, they don't have enough, and it's a huge problem. I wish they had a lot more, and I don't know why. White hat fraudsters, exactly. I don't think jail time for any of these people will work. There needs to be public.
All right, let's go back now. Let's check in now on the actual news. Let's see what's happened over the last 24 hours or so. See if we got anything going on here. Oh, here's from Chuck Norris.
Hi, I'm Chuck Norris. And
2012.
We are here to talk about a growing concern we all share. If we look to history, our great country and freedom are under attack. We're at a tipping point, and quite possibly our country as we know it may be lost forever if we don't change the course our country is headed.
With our country at a crossroads, Chuck and I have asked ourselves what we can be doing to help support this great country we're blessed to live in, and how we can encourage our like-minded American brothers and sisters to unite and let their voices be heard. It is estimated that in the 2008 election, 30 million evangelical Christians stayed home on voting day, and Obama won the election by 10 million votes.
Oh my God!
We know you love your.
They're like crying. 2012, Chuck Norris,
family and your
guys.
freedom as much as Gina and I do, and it is because of that we can no longer sit quietly or stand on the sidelines and watch our country go the way of socialism or something much worse.
Our only hope is for each of us to make sure we have not only registered to vote in the primary and the general elections for 2012, but to make sure.
Motherfucker this was a campaign for Mitt Romney, guys. This is a campaign for Mitt Romney.
Sure, our voices will be heard by casting our vote on Election Day.
As Edmund Burke said, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men and women do nothing. Our great president, Ronald Reagan, said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same.
President Reagan went on to say that you and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We will preserve for our children this last best hope for man on earth, or we will sentence them to take the first step into 1,000 years of darkness. If we fail, at least let our children and our children's children say of us, we justified our brief moment here. We did all that could be done.
Please stand with us. Let's unite for God and country, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. See you at the polls. Thank you.
That was wild. Just weird to even see like the way they used to do an ad in 2012. Just an anti-Obama ad, doesn't even advocate for who he's advocating for.
Do you think it would be worthwhile to hold public hearings?
If the war is prolonged, but I don't think it will be. I wouldn't support public hearings right now. Because,
at what point would you?
Well, let me finish my thought.
Yeah.
Because it'll turn into just a political hearing. Now look, Rubio, Hegseth, General Kane, Ratcliffe have come over and briefed us over a long period of time in our secure facilities, and they've answered every question. And I think every Democrat and Republican was satisfied with the transparency. Might not have agreed with the conclusion. I would encourage them to do that. But I don't want to hold public hearings and expect the people fighting this war to talk about their next moves. Also, by the time we get public hearings organized, I honestly believe this. I think we'll be out.
I mean, that is true, because, like, how fucking long are you going to tell you to take a fucking public hearing? We are 26 minutes into our second hour, 6,200 views in. Got to hit that 10,000 mark by the 3-hour mark to stay alive for that fourth hour. Right now, J.D. Vance, this was what was happening all night before, guys, though. Remember, this is what was happening all night before. J.D. Vance, 53%. Gavin Newsom, 47%. 34 votes in. 19 minutes into the poll. Here we go.
Drinking warm water before bed fixes tooth and gum problems overnight.
I got to switch my CBS. My problem is like I have my Rumble Studio and my Windows set up on my Google Chrome for like one thing for like my YouTube login, but then my other Google Chrome has all of my paid subscriptions, and I need to get this to be regular again.
News moderator Margaret Brennan
Sorry
is
about
under
the
fire
ads,
after
guys.
critics accused her of mocking
Wasn't worried until I saw
Secretary of
Charlie
War
Kirk
Pete
interview on College
for
Kids.
saying a
I learned
prayer
really
for
quickly
U.S.
I couldn't
service
hit a
members.
girl, but I
Here
probably
are the
wouldn't
Secretary's
have learned
remarks
my
from
lesson if
yesterday.
that hadn't happened.
May Almighty God continue to bless our troops in this fight. And again, to the American people, please pray for them.
Chuck Norris did die. R.I.P.
Every
Chuck
day,
Norris.
on bended knee, with your family, in your schools, in your churches, in the name of Jesus Christ. To the troops, keep going, and Godspeed.
Amen. But Brennan's response to that was this. The Secretary of Defense tells the American public to pray for our troops on bended knee and invoke Jesus' name. Well, that social media post did not go unnoticed. Many are calling her out for the tone-deaf attack on prayer, including Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, arguing only in D.C. is something like this considered even remotely offensive. One critic in particular noting that former President FDR did the exact same thing during World War II.
Oh, Lord.
It's kind of sad. I just watched a movie that Chuck Norris was in a couple of months ago.
Give us faith.
It is, right? Good guy.
Give us faith
Good
in
guy
thee.
overall.
Faith in our sons. Faith in each other.
Fun fact, FDR is actually quoted at the very top of my very first movie, Deer in the Headlights, that's in the film Vault, 2015. Kid gets distracted, doesn't take his SATs, goes on an ADHD adventure. Deer in the Headlight. FDR is quoted. The same quote, actually.
Faith in our united crusade.
$4 a month, guys. Get you access to all those feature films. Plus a little logo like Big Bag of Pop 420 here.
We shall prevail over the unholy forces of our enemy.
Go watch Deer in the Headlight, where that quote is literally right there as well. That's hilarious that they quoted that.
Do you still trust the corporate media?
No, I don't trust you.
I don't.
I don't
Get
trust
the real
you.
facts,
I
the
can't believe that
inside
you're
story
trying to
behind
give me
the
a fucking
scenes.
ad right now, Ted Cruz.
Now 21 days in.
Yeah, well, it's very significant. You heard it from the president yesterday, also from a chairman and the Secretary of War, and Admiral Cooper, who's the CENTCOM commander. They're all on the same page. We're on plan and making significant progress here and stripping away what our mission is, all the offensive capability that Iran has, and we're well into that, certainly. And in dealing with that,
Be a white nationalist or be a liberal simple?
making certain that the Straits of
Nah,
Hormuz
no thanks.
also
I choose neither.
is getting a focus here for all the obvious reasons. And that's why you see Apache helicopters being applied. The A-10, for our audience to understand, is a close air support aircraft that's not like the normal fighter
Watch Nick
F-16,
Fuentes.
F-15, or F-22.
I do watch Nick Fuentes on this show sometimes when we're late at night and we watch him cry and say, "Vote for the Democrats in November."
It's really designed to support.
He's really
troops on
fallen
the
off.
ground.
15,000
It flies
live
at a slower
viewers
pace. It's got
yesterday.
different kinds of munitions
Nick
on
is
it
a fake.
As well.
Yeah, he's
So
kind
that
of
is
falling
being
off, bro.
important.
He's losing his spunk. His anti-war bullshit is kind of fucking over. It's not what we need over the next 6
Trisha
months.
Heaton looks great at 67. Here is her #1
Shut up,
secret.
Wignet.
Regular milk or oat milk?
He's a Mexican.
regular milk.
Why are you a conservative, sir?
Well, I used to be a Democrat, but unfortunately the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. See, and so what the Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail. They just got completely off the trail and lost all reality of what America stood for.
Wow.
And so I realized that Republicans at this point in time are more focused on what is best for America than what the Democrats are.
Wow. Bro saw it coming years ago. 2014. Bro saw it coming before Trump.
Trisha Heaton looks great.
Bro
at
saw it
67.
coming before
Here is her
Trump,
#1
y'all.
secret. Regular milk or oat milk? Oh, regular milk.
Will you keep the Senate in Washington until it's decided?
We're in through this weekend. There will be a vote on this bill. We will find out where everybody stands. Democrats will be held accountable for their position. But this is such a common sense issue for the American people. I mean, you have to show a photo ID to get into a library in this country. And here we are, one of the most important sacred rights in our American system is the right to vote. And we're saying, the Democrats are saying, we don't care. I mean, we honestly don't care. They're willing to let non-citizens vote in our elections. It's a very straightforward issue. Show an ID, photo ID when you vote. Be a citizen to register to vote. That's the issue at stake here, and the Democrats are currently blocking it. Again, not a defensible position. The American people believe that this policy ought to be in place, 80%, and a huge majority of Democrats as well. I don't know how they can continue to defend this, but they are. They're trying.
Well, but you're also trying to lobby them on a negative issue when you're literally at war. So while you guys are at war, you're not really winning.
The ringing in your ears.
Not winning anything, guys, while you're at war.
In less than 2 years. Tonight.
All right, that was his answer, and I return serve to you.
I have no words, Bill. That is a perfect example of what we're dealing with here. I never thought I would see the day when a political party in this country...
Do I think that Nick Fuentes is a plant? No, because I actually grew up in suburbs of Illinois as well, and I know exactly who Nick Fuentes is, and knew him even before the Kanye dinner fiasco. Nick Fuentes has to... Big Bag of Pot! 420 gives another gift subscription. Michelle, 6470 over here, just got into the club. Go check out my movies, the entire Film Vault, on the front of the YouTube channel, guys. $4 a month. You can be in the club like Michelle over here or Big Bag of Pop 420. Please help the channel out. We're here doing the news live, covering it all raw as much as we possibly can every single day. Nick Fuentes, it couldn't possibly be a plant. He didn't absorb CO2 and doesn't expel oxygen. Exactly. I feel like Nick Fuentes definitely isn't a plant, but Nick Fuentes will forever be an anti-Trumper because Trump made only one political statement about his actual interaction with Nick Fuentes, and that was, I don't know who that white nationalist was. I was having dinner with Kanye and he invited him. That's the only interaction that Trump has ever made about Nick Fuentes. So until Nick Fuentes gets more interaction or more commentary from Trump himself, Nick is just going to use all of his leverage to destroy people, Joe Kent style, and that's his motive. He's a very smart, political savvy guy, so it's good to check in on him to pay attention to what's happening on the underlining of the gossip of politics, the Bachelorette of politics, that's Nick Fuentes. The TMZ of politics, Nick Fuentes. Better than Candace Owens. If you want the crazy, I say, more than Candace Owens or Alex Jones, because sometimes they just straight out lie. Ian Carroll does a really good job of, kind of navigating the lie from the truth kind of thing. But
the Democrat Party.
Yeah, you got to see people for who they are. Trump what sources they can give you.
So much greater than what they know.
Double tap that screen, guys. Keep it going. How are we doing right now? We are about an hour and a half. We're about halfway through our stream. We are over halfway from our viewers. We are at 6,800. So if we get 3,000, less than 3,200. In the next hour and a half of the stream. I know it's going to slow down in the second half, but we might make it. If we make it to over 10,000, we will go for that fourth hour. Guys, keep it live. Keep it going. We are 50-50, 40%, or 40 votes in, 29 minutes into our fucking poll of who is going to be president. Guys, we need you to double tap that like button, send people into the chat that are just like you to vote on your side 50-50. We are in the chat right now. We cover the news live every single day. Back to the news now. Thank you again, Big Bag of Pop 420. What a man who just keeps on giving. Fuentes is a villain, arcing bad, absolutely. And I think Sneako's just trying to he's trying to do the controversial version of Mr. Beast. And as long as he still keeps navigating that way, he'll be fine. He actually went to fucking Ramadan in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I'll watch you then. Do I want to hear your fucking points on politics? No, because I don't think he really pays attention enough.
And security of the American people. I mean, this department has been shut down.
But
now
he is
for
culturally relevant.
The administration has been trying for all 35 of those days to get the Democrats to the table. You mentioned the meeting that happened yesterday. Finally, the Democrats were shamed into sitting down.
Don't vote red or blue, vote white.
With Republican
senators
to talk about this. But we got to get this solved. And the Democrats, they're just playing politics with it. They seem to be happy with where we're at. One of their leaders the other day said, we're very serene with where things are. Well, I can tell you one thing, the American people aren't serene, and their safety and security is at risk the longer this drags.
All right, guys. Okay, so we just did that one as well. I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh, they just did that then. They just did that then. Knew it. Fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew they were live. We're going to go live.
So you want to start a
we'll
business. You might think you need a team of people.
GoDaddy. GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.
All of the things that we talk about, you know, we added to, you know,
We're live right now. We're live right now.
No
and we will come back to the 50 minutes at the end.
95 to 99% issues. I hear it's going, look, it should be an easy pass, but we need Democrat votes.
Sure don't need EU pussies to read referee. Go for a ballot box and write the Austrian painter's name down. Oh, no.
In order to vote, you have to prove your citizenship. The Democrats don't want to do that. You know why? You know why? Because they're running cheap, Peter. Now, speaking of something that's more pleasant,
it is a good thing to campaign on, but you're also at war, sir. You need to finish your war first.
Today, one of the biggest pours of concrete that's ever been seen in Washington.
When they're doing the construction, does it ever wake you up?
It makes me happy.
Does it ever wake you up? It makes me happy. I love the sound of concrete. My wife doesn't like it, but I love the sound of concrete.
To the UK to be.
Let's pull this back now. Get the last of this comments.
They don't have. 90% is gone. And I think it'll get. Possibly get. I bring our great Secretary of State out, and he is doing a fantastic job. So we have Marco. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, I wanted to ask you, Iran executed 3 people this week.
Terrible.
You have vowed strong action in the past. What message would you send?
Well, we've been hitting them awfully hard. I mean, I don't know if you can possibly get hit harder, but these are thugs and animals and horrible people. But you can't hit anybody harder than we've hit them. But I'm not surprised. They executed 3 young people for protesting.
And do you plan to escort those ships through the Strait of Hormuz with or without allies?
We're doing very well there. We're doing very well overall. You know, we don't use the Strait. We don't. The United States. We don't need it. Europe needs it. Korea, Japan, China, a lot of other people. So they'll have to get involved a little bit on that one.
Do you still want South Korea support the United States?
Now, what about it?
Do you still want South Korea support?
Well, I love South Korea.
Best Russian spy president ever.
South Korea, we're helping.
I guess they're all Russian spies then, right?
Mr. President, do you think Israel will be ready to end the war when you're ready?
I think so, yeah.
Mr. President,
the relationship's a very good one. I think so. You know, it's, we want more or less similar things. You know what we want? We want victory, both of us, and that's what we've got.
Let's go, Trump.
How will the operation? Well, you know, I may have a plan or I may not, but how would I ever say that to a reporter? If I said that to a reporter, Marco would say, "Please, sir, let's bring you over to the helicopter immediately." Right? No, I can't tell you that. It's certainly a place that's people are talking about, but I can't say. Yeah.
Are you ruling out
How will the
Operation
Epic Fury affect talks with Russia on Ukraine? What about it? Are the talks on back burner right now because of no? We're talking about it. I think it'll get done. When do you expect the next round of talks to take place? They take place almost every day. We're making a lot of progress.
You said that the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that? You said the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
So how much longer does the American people expect it?
You said opening the Strait of Hormuz is a simple military maneuver.
Very simple.
Yeah, but what did you mean by that?
It's a simple military maneuver. It's relatively safe, but you need a lot of help in the sense
Iran
of you
declares
need
war in
ships,
America and some stuff.
And
I mean, we did kill their 40 top leaders.
NATO could help
Ice
us,
is
but
awesome.
they so far haven't had the
Ice,
courage
ice,
to do
baby,
so.
too cold,
And others
too
could help us,
cold.
but, you know, we don't use it. You know, at a certain point, it'll open itself at a certain point. But we've defeated the enemy, and they are an enemy. They're a sick group of people. The leadership is gone, the Navy is gone, the Air Force is gone, the anti-aircraft equipment that they have, the radar they have is all gone. Everything's gone.
It's gone. It's all gone.
The strait itself, the actual strait, how are you? The strait itself is, we're doing a good job. But it would be nice if the countries, including China, if the countries that use it, China uses it 90% of their energy. Japan is 95% of the energy. It would be nice if those countries would get involved.
Job still safe at CNI?
What?
Job still safe at CNI? And have you spoken to that Yahoo?
I thought she did a good job yesterday, actually.
The American bases in Europe, Lindsey Graham has asked for you to reconsider the American bases in Spain, in Germany, after what they have done in the Strait of Hormuz. What's your take?
Well, it deserves. He's right about asking that, and I think NATO's gone down a long way because they haven't. I mean, they should be helping with the Strait. They get much of their energy from the Strait of Hormuz, and if Lindsey Graham said that, and don't forget, he was the big NATO guy for a while, and now he's not. And a lot of senators and congressmen, they're very upset with the fact that NATO has done nothing.
Pope Leo is calling for a ceasefire. Pope Leo is calling for a ceasefire in the Middle East and to reopen dialogue. What do you say to Pope?
Well, look, we can have dialogue, but I don't want to do a ceasefire. You know, you don't do a ceasefire when you're literally obliterating the other side. They don't have a Navy.
He's like, I don't want to do a ceasefire. I'm good.
They don't have any equipment.
I'm good.
They don't have any spotters. They don't have
Hair almost, losing his hair almost.
Radar, and their leaders have all been killed at every level. We're not looking to do that. Thank you. Thank you.
Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck Norris comment.
I bet he was a great guy. Wow. That guy in the house where I'm losing the line is like corner here. Yeah, he was Chuck Norris. He was a great guy. He was a really good, tough cookie. We didn't want to fight him.
He didn't want to fight him.
Great guy, and he was a great supporter. Wow. That's too bad. Tell his family, I hope he's
Mr. President, how much is this war costing taxpayers every day?
Brando, the thirst mutilator.
We are decimating Iran. It's about time. And frankly, it should have been done long before me. It should have been done before other presidents.
Why did you criticize the president? You took issue with the strike, Mr. President.
Polls have shown that MAGA is essentially unified behind you, as are Republicans when it comes to Iran. There's been reports that the United States might be sending 2,500 Marines to the Middle East. Are you concerned that a move like that could potentially change the unity?
I don't know. I seem to have great support because CNN came out with a poll today that I'm at 100%. And they said they've never seen a poll like that. The CNN poll said I'm at 100%, and they've never seen that before.
CNN poll said he was at 100%. What are you fucking talking about, bro?
Which is an honor. I was impressed that CNN would do that.
What? 100% of what?
I can't tell you what we're doing.
Mr. President, Mr. President, you took issue with Australia, Japan, South Korea.
100%.
Very surprised about Australia and
Not
what
Brando.
would you like them to do?
Well, they should get involved, and
electrolytes.
I'm surprised that they said no.
It's got
because
electrolytes.
we always say yes to that.
What did Australia say no to?
Brando.
too bad. Surprised because the relationship is so good, but this has never happened before. They were really pretty much our first ally all over the world, first ally, and they didn't want us to use the island, the so-called island, which for some reason they gave up rights to it, and I was a little surprised at the UK, to be honest with you. They should have acted a lot faster. They should have acted a lot faster.
Did you see that your former press secretary, Sarah Sanders, was at a restaurant by staff?
Relax.
Her politics are right down the center. She's a good person, and that shouldn't have happened. Where did that take place? Here or in Arkansas?
In Arkansas.
Wow. In Arkansas. That's very surprising. I love Arkansas. I won that state by so much. I think that Sarah's going to be just fine. But it's too bad. She's a good woman, Sarah.
Nicer boy was way up, soft part of the sky.
Gonna go well. Gonna go down. No. We're not giving a nuclear weapon to terrorist thugs, and we're knocking the hell out of them. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their leaders are gone, their anti-aircraft is gone, everything's gone.
Okay, you got to that point already. It's all gone. Say goodbye. It's all gone. So, we already got that one down in the bag. The Senate's now in session. President Trump makes remarks while leaving the White House. Still waiting for the admin official. UN ambassador discusses Europe's role in the war. Yeah, let's hear about it. Even the dog's barking. Southside forever. Construction is so loud, lol.
State of the relationship.
Oh yeah, what was that all about? I wanted to see that guy. I hate when they do that. This was yesterday, that's why. I don't need to fucking stupid attention whore. I don't need to watch the attention whore from yesterday. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Where are we at? We are almost going into hour 3. Less than 2,000 views, though, guys, to go into that 4th hour of the program. Right now, we are 44 minutes in. This poll is supposed to end in 16 minutes. We are at 82 votes, 51%, 49%. J.D. Vance versus Gavin Newsom. Get your votes in now. Double tap. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Watch the YouTube shorts. Hit the join button. Get the $4 a month. Help the channel out. Get a little logo like Big Bag of Pop 420. Get access to all of my films. All 17 feature films in the film vault available for you for those $4. R.I.P. Chuck Norris says, R.I.P. Chuck Norris. R.I.P. Chuck Norris.
Well, I think that those smart Europeans understand that it is not only about Iran, but it's also about Ukraine, and it is also about transatlantic relations and keeping Donald Trump engaged in Europe and supportive of whatever he is doing and the U.S. is doing in terms of holding Russians back on the Ukrainian battlefield. So from that point of view, the initial reactions from many European capitals was either silent or supportive, because nobody wanted to lose U.S. attention towards Ukraine and the need of U.S. guarantees inside Europe. Of course, we didn't hear that from all the countries. There was no surprise the behavior of the Spanish government, for example. But of course, in 3 weeks of war going on and the gas prices rising not only in U.S. but also in Europe, it got in many countries much more domestic for domestic discussion of the opposition government, etc. So at the end, I think as Czechs we are in a unique position that there was a very broad coalition, opposition, or government and opposition support of U.S. and Israel, as there has traditionally been. But that's one side of the spectrum, and the Spain, which I mentioned, is the other side of the spectrum.
We'll go back to the general European relationship in a moment, but let's dig in a little bit on the specific attitude of the Czech.
They're losing me. They're losing me. We're going to go back to the news. Let's check out some news real quick. Because they are definitely losing me. Jim Acosta.
Under the ownership of a family that is very closely aligned with Donald Trump. And so there are a couple of things that I think will happen. One is, if this same family is allowed to own CNN, they will combine those two news organizations, and we'll see another round of massive layoffs that will
it was Newsfest,
right? And not just the folks who are on the air, the photographers like the ones that we see here, producers who work behind the scenes, technical crews who put these shows on the air, bureaus that are located around the world. Look what Jeff Bezos has done with the Washington Post, closing bureaus and offices and places around the world that are now very important to the news that we're getting today. And the other, I think, more disturbing aspect of this is that...
How is it disturbing that, like, do you guys think that CBS and Washington Post are extremely radical right now? That they've been completely taken over and infiltrated by Republicans? Because I don't! So if that's what you're saying is going to happen with this merger, I'm all for it.
Basically have partisan hacks running CBS News. And
that's crazy.
They, as I said earlier in my comments,
I literally watched an entire 10-minute piece from CBS News from 60 Minutes this week about Havana syndrome. They're still doing real journalism. That's a really wild accusation.
Shelved a piece on 60 Minutes about the notorious Seacon prison.
What? Bro, what?
If you see eye floaters, you need astaxanthin. If you're always reaching for sugary snacks, you need N.
There's got to be a real reason, or maybe it's a category of real reasons. Because it sure as hell isn't about federalism. And it sure as hell isn't about racism or misogyny or Jim Crow or any of these bullcrap arguments, Mr. President. I hate to say that word in this chamber, but it's true.
It is true, okay? But why are you guys doing this? That's what they should be doing. The Democrats should be saying, stop it! The Democrats should be saying, stop, bro. Oh, my God. In a barking fight. Here we go. But the Democrats should be saying, you guys are in a war. Why are you trying to pass this voting bill right now? But instead, the Democrats are going, it's racist, it's Jim Crow, it's this, it's that, which is just nonsense. Just fucking complete and utter nonsense. Checking in on that poll again right now. We are at 49 minutes, 11 minutes left of that poll, 52% to 48%. Make sure you double tap, hit that like button, send more people in of all different political persuasions. It looks like we might be hitting that number, guys. We need 1,700 more to be able to get into that fourth hour of news.
Come back as President Trump pushes to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The Marine Corps may be the key. Let's take a quick look at the USS Tripoli and what it's going to be, what it looks like as it comes in from the Sea of Japan. That's the aircraft carrier. What are they going to be deployed to do? They got about 2,500 Marines on board. What are they ready to do? To take stuff. They could take an island if they wanted to. They got about between 2,500 and 5,000. Where might they be heading? Possibly to this Gulf. Not just Karg Island, which the president at this hour is considering not only blowing up the military elements of it, which he did on Friday, but actually taking it if he chose to. They thought that was a tactic that would reopen the strait because 90% of the oil that Iran uses and refines comes through there. There's also Kish Island, and there's also another island right over here that is going to be key. Real quick about what this actually looks like.
What a philosophy he has.
This is a look at what Karg Island looks like. Nonsense. We've blown up the military installations on it, but notice we've left all this intact. If we took it and we hold it, The negative part about that, it would be a target should any type of ship want to lob anything in there or drones come in there. And what is the area that we're focused on? Right here. We open this up.
Just absolute utter bullshit. Like, we know nothing, and like they're just bullshitting.
Down, all the pressure releases. There's a lot of different things to do, and we're still making progress elsewhere in Iran.
My ringing finally disappeared, and now I can hear everything clearly. Look, when I turned 40...
You left New York City. You were there yourself, and it was too expensive. We talked about this on the show. Isn't it this kind of radical policy that is going to make that problem even worse for people?
Yes, I think it will. I mean, when you look at this estate tax situation, and he's bringing the estate tax down from $7 million to, I think, $750,000.
Yes.
If you look at what an apartment or a
Geriac millennials unite, guys. Here we are. I used to live in New York as well. Not anymore.
home costs in New York City, even in the outer boroughs, it's way more than $750,000. You know, it's like $1.8 million for a single family home out in Bay Ridge or more, or Staten Island. So what he's doing is taking aim at the middle class, and what he's really doing is trying to redefine the concept of what is rich, you know, because what he's looking for is for people to be entirely reliant on the government and not each other and not their parents and not their families. And he opposes the ability of New Yorkers to build generational wealth. And as we know,
right, like if you're broke, you shouldn't be going, "Hey mom, can you help me out?" or "Hey grandma," or "Hey whoever, can you help me out? Can we try to figure this out so that I can get somewhere on my own?" Instead, it should be, "Oh, my family's broke as well. Let's go get money from the government because the rich people are supposed to be providing for us. I shouldn't have to ask my family for money when I'm suffering."
generational wealth is how people get ahead. And there have been countless black homeowners in the city who are saying, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to destroy what I've built that I plan to leave on to my children as a legacy?"
Fucking crazy.
Whenever you bring up the idea of making the government smaller and reducing taxes, you are assaulted from all directions with...
Ed Hochul makes an odd confession. She says she doesn't need more money.
We have to be smart about this, but we can fund what we want to fund with what we already are taking in.
Well, then, if everything's fine, why are you begging? Truth is, everything isn't fine. You can't build an entire system on squeezing a shrinking group of people while the state's budget blows up faster than the Hamas beeper club. Florida has 3 million more people than New York, but New York's budget is double. Yet the services and quality of life here are way worse. And our strip clubs cost 5 times more. Although, granted, our dancers have fewer misspelled tattoos. I lose my concentration every time I see that. And if Hochul's reelected, it will get worse. More congestion pricing, more taxes, more regulations. And all of it will make your bank account emptier than a Cesar Chavez parade. Yeah. Kathy's not changing the system. She's trying to keep it from collapsing before Election Day. And she's begging the very people she drove out of town to come back and save her. But in America, people can move. Businesses can move. That's the whole system. It's called federalism. States compete, people choose. And guess what? People are choosing Florida and Texas. Because when you treat your most productive citizens like captives, don't be surprised when they finally had enough and make a break for it.
Wasn't all that great. Can you zoom out? I can,
this is
but
the biggest way to clear out tar, mucus, and phlegm. Did you know
it's just
phlegm
these?
and
A lot of
mucus
these
is linked
news
to
clips are
lung
this way. A lot of the front talkers aren't. Let me pull out a little bit. I can pull out a little bit like that. Problem is that I end up covering myself more, which yes, it does help, and no, it doesn't help, because when you're scrolling, a lot of the time the chat covers up the whole screen then. So it's a dilemma that will be fixed on May 1st either way.
President Trump has now built out a remarkable coalition. The Iranians made a huge strategic mistake by firing into the Gulf. We're going after Gulf Arab assets. And now the Gulf Arabs and the United States are going to continue to pound the regime. And China, I'll remind those who have critiqued the president's efforts here. That would say, well, the regime hasn't fallen. We are literally less than 3 weeks into this. That regime is confused.
Zoomed out. It didn't work. Doesn't change a damn thing.
Dangerous today after just 21 days, and it is not at its weakest yet. We don't know when it'll break or when it'll fall, but President Trump has created the conditions.
Because they're only like 30-second clips. So it would be stupid, but I could literally be like, oh, okay, I see that he's over there. Let me move it over here like this for you guys. Let me go like this. Now we can set up this clip.
And so President Trump has now
built
out a remarkable coalition.
But
the Iranians made a huge strategic mistake
by firing into the Gulf,
every time. Going after Gulf Arab assets. And now the Gulf
Arabs
and the United States are going to continue to pound the regime. And China, I'll
remind
those
who
have critiqued the president's efforts here. That would say, well, the regime hasn't fallen. We are literally less than 3 weeks into this. That regime is confused. It is weaker. It is less dangerous today after just 21 days, and it is not at its weakest yet. We don't know when it'll break or when it'll fall, but President Trump has created the conditions that will keep Americans safe for decades to come, Sean.
But once on May 1st, we get invited to do horizontal at the same time as vertical. So starting May 1st, we will have it where you'll see the whole video and me if you want to go horizontal instead of vertical. What is a win in this scenario? What is the goal here? The goal is to score 3 points. If you score 3 points, you automatically win. If you auto win, you auto win. Yeah. That's the goal. Yes. So in case you were wondering. Is it centered? It's centered. So we're just going to go with what we can go with right now, but
I don't want to live without it. It does so many good things for you.
It will eventually get better and better. Seriously?
And president of the Article 3 project. Yeah. Mike, I bet your response is going to be, what took so long?
Well, we've been talking about this on your show many times, Laura, for over 3.5 years since the Mar-a-Lago raid. And it's very clear that these lawfare Democrats politicized and weaponized our law enforcement and intel agencies to take out presidential candidate Donald Trump with Crossfire Hurricane. When they failed to do that, they tried to sabotage his presidency. They rigged and stole the 2020 election, and when he declassified Crossfire Hurricane before he left office and took his copy of his presidential records, they did the Mar-a-Lago raid to cover up this conspiracy. If this conspiracy ends up being true, which I suspect it will, this is the greatest scandal in America.
Big Bag of Pop 420, what is going on? What a Friday! We may or may not go to that 4th hour, but Big Bag of Pop 420, 3 gift subscriptions today. Crazy! Get on the list. Quizlol, 75, becoming a member. We are now 25, 26, maybe even 27 members deep. You too can hit the subscribe button, get YouTube Shorts sent into your algorithm every single day, as well as these live streams that we do every single night of the news. But hit that join button, and for $4, you get a little logo like Quizlol75 and Big Bag of Pop 420 over here. And that logo changes every month that you stay a dedicated member for helping us do this show. And even for those $4, not just that though, but you get my entire film catalog. And I do a feature film every single year as a director since I was 18 years old. 17 feature films in the Film Vault on YouTube, right on that channel page, right there for you right now, $4 a month. So go check it out. Go be a part of our fucking growing crew. It like about 2.5 weeks now. We've been going on this, the first day of the Iranian war. And have we grown to quite the club. And it looks like we're going to do a 4th hour this today as well, it's looking like, because we only have less than 1,300 views left. 1,300 views and 52 minutes. So in 52 minutes, if we get 1,300 views, we will go to that 4th hour. And that means that this live stream and its VOD will stay public for all of you. Right now, an hour in, 53 votes. J.D. Vance, 53%. Gavin Newsom, 47%. Let's see what we have here.
Do you still
Chuck
trust
Norris
the corporate
is just trying
media?
to break a
I know
record
I
by
don't.
holding his breath.
Get the real facts, the inside story behind the scenes.
Also tonight, there is an unfortunate subplot to the conflict in Iran. Apparently, Trump derangement syndrome.
Thank you again, big bag of pop 420.
Mob, Democrats, other so-called liberals, they are
y'all, we wouldn't even have a show without this guy. I'm telling you.
These lunatics
this
who
is
constantly
incredible.
drape themselves in virtue are now rooting for a regime in Iran that murders protesters, throws gay people off of tall buildings, and tortures women to death if their hair is not completely covered in public and for other reasons. Don't take my word for it. You know, after it took just 2 weeks to completely destroy Iran's Navy, Air Force, air defenses, and degrade its missiles and drones by 90%, well, here's how the media mob spun it. Over at ABC, quote, even as Iran has been pummeled by Israeli and American airstrikes, with its military capabilities greatly diminished, Tehran continues to demonstrate resolve both in adapting and expanding its military tactics. Could they tell
What
us
is
who
Hannity
might
talking
be in
about?
charge of
Exactly.
that?
He's
And here's
bitching about
Time
ABC.
Magazine,
That's
quote,
I don't even.
Trump may radicalize.
He does this where he just like
regime
rambles
rather than topple it.
Hey,
According
you
to
guys
the
see
experts.
that?
Most of the radicals are now dead. Fake news, CNN. Quote,
Fake news.
7 reasons why Trump.
This is why Donald Trump
hasn't
likes
won
him.
the Iran
Talks
war.
just like him.
It barely started, and I don't even know if you'll call it a war, but a massacre.
Like Saudi Arabia doesn't have the same laws. Mm-hmm.
This is how to drain stuck mucus from your lungs fast. Take a look at these 2 lung scans. They both look healthy.
Or allowing them to stay in this country. It's almost become an existential thing for them.
Absolutely, Charlie. Look, there is nothing that the Democrats, today's Democratic Party, prioritizes more than illegal aliens, the rights and privileges of illegal aliens in the United States. So every single American who spends an extra minute, an extra hour, an extra 2 hours, gets their flight delayed, whatever, because of what's happening with TSA calling out.
Hannity versus Trucker 2028.
For prioritizing the interests of illegal aliens and shutting down ICE over their own interests.
I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis when I was 22. That was in 2002, so I've had this disease.
The open military fight is over and the regime lost. The question now is, are they going to fall soon or will they hold on and be dead enders? And as your guest previously said, the Hormuz has to open for this to be a win for the president, and he's going to do that. And I think anybody who knows the military, when they heard that the A-10 war...
I'm in Canada. Apparently you guys getting horsed by Donald.
Are now hunting Iranian boats in the Strait of
maggot.
Hormuz.
Well, calling it a maggot, you clearly know more about American politics than you put on.
Coming down at them. That's good news.
I'm Canadian. I don't really care, but I also do just watch MS Now and Rachel Maddow and call people maggots.
That's a serious way to deal with the problem, and I think the strait will open relatively soon.
Oh, nice. Relatively soon.
So the first
coming from this guy, relatively soon.
The regime have been eliminated.
Good job, right?
Who's making decisions right now in Iran?
Horst.
The people who aren't smart enough to take the money and run. You know, Treasury Secretary Bessent said, we know where your money is. Now, of course, they'll have their own stashes that we may not know about, maybe Bitcoin, whatever. But the smart ones should be looking for an exit strategy and a place to hole up and sit on the beach somewhere, as opposed to becoming the next guy on that eliminated list that keeps getting too big to even show on your screen.
Horse. Hooser Erd. Hooser Id. This whole operation was not planned properly. He didn't say Horst. Okay, he said Hooser Id. Right? I don't know what the fuck y'all are on about. 111 votes. 54% JD Vance, Gavin Newsom 46%. JD Vance starting to come away with it, starting to pull away with it. We have 47 minutes left of our live stream unless we get 1,150 views in the next 47 minutes, guys. Then we will go for a 4th hour. Johnny
Whenever
Kennedy.
you bring up the idea of making the government smaller and reducing taxes, you
Hoser.
are assaulted from all directions with arguments
Hoser.
like, but my roads.
Canadian term.
Or
Hoser.
SAVE Act says very simply, look, when you register to vote, you've got to prove that you're an American. And number 2, when you go to vote, you have to
JD Vance is
prove
such
you
a beta.
are who you say you are in order to vote. But we've got to get 61 votes or 60 votes to pass this bill. There's a shorter way. I don't know why we haven't tried it. We ought to be doing it through reconciliation, which only requires
What is the appeal of JD
50
Vance?
votes plus the vice
Beard.
president. I'm in the minority
children.
on that. The majority leader is my
Indian
good
wife?
friend,
I don't know.
Agree with me. A lot of
Why not?
Republicans
Can you tell us a little bit about
I
that?
have
Because
no idea.
Right, exactly. So wait, so he's saying that they could do it through reconciliation, but they're just claiming that they gotta wait for the 60 votes? It's weird. That's weird. So this whole voter bill, guys, they could vote it with 51 votes, according to
I had no
Kennedy.
idea the concealed carry process even worked this way until about a month ago. Everything I'd heard made it
JD
sound
Vance
like
equals
a whole
Peter
production.
Thiel.
Do you think?
Very much. But maybe I'm in love with Peter Thiel. Maybe I'm a Peter Thiel lover.
That's true here in Iran. Did we break it and have we bought it?
Well, I pray that we have not. The focus there has been to try to provide an opportunity for the people of Iran to be able to rise up and to be able to run their own country. I serve on the Intelligence Committee. There's quite a bit of information that's coming out of what the regime is doing currently to its own people to try to suppress them, to be able to have them rise up and to be able to push back against this regime. The focus that's been there over and over again is to give them some breathing room so that they could run their own country. We don't want to try to occupy them. This is not Libya. This is not Afghanistan. This is not that situation. We're trying to be able to make sure that those folks can actually run it. That's part of the challenge on having oil and gas reserves and having the possibility for them to be able to produce their own oil and gas. At the end of this war,
No one with even half a brain would vote for Newscomb. He is fucked.
you don't want Iran's economy to be zero. You want their economy to still exist so that they can rise as their own people in their own country. The regime that's there has stolen those resources and used the money for terrorism and left their people in poverty. The goal is for the people to be able to actually have access to that, to have a growing economy at the end.
Good comment. Did it take you a while to think of that one? He's like, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it. Poop yourself.
People for Christ. Pray Billboard Mission is a non-profit campaign to bring
Then deport
America
yourself.
back to God.
Firm on. If you concede on that issue, is this done?
You know what, Bill, unfortunately, it's been 48 days since we passed the last CR, and yet in that 48 days, we haven't had Democrats sit down with us one time. Look, I know I have colleagues on the other side of the aisle that want to find a pathway forward, and what I would encourage them to do is get in a room with us and actually have that conversation. Bill, you can't say you want to rein in ICE, but yet not come to the table to do it. Every one of my Democratic colleagues know that ICE and CBP continue to operate. They're just not operating with the guardrails that they say they want.
Yeah, I like that
I would
one.
think if
Everything's
they were
free.
actually being
Good
honest
job.
about what they want to see happen, they'd come to the table and
makes
talk about
Vince
that. I
look
mean,
like
think
Lindsey
about this.
Graham.
You have
Facts.
TSA officers and agents that are going without a paycheck, Democrats that are grandstanding, but yet refuse to get in a room with Republicans. So, look, I'm going to continue to work on that. I feel hopeful that we'll have an opportunity to sit down with Democrats, and I genuinely believe, Bill, that if we sit down with them and start that dialogue, we'll find a pathway forward, and that's what we owe to the American people, and it's certainly what we owe to every single person in DHS that raised their hand to protect our country.
Gabby Newsy.
At Rumble, we care about our creative partners. We care about our advertisers. There are millions.
Very simple four-letter word. It's called MAGA, and it stands not for Make America Great Again, like the president would say, but the guy who's obviously on a presidential campaign right now across the country, Gavin Newsom. MAGA stands for Most Useless Governor in America, and that's Gavin Newsom. because California has the worst results of any state in America. We have the highest poverty rate, the highest unemployment rate, the highest cost of living, highest gas prices, highest cost for everything, insurance, housing, water, rent, you name it, car registration. Everything costs a fortune. You've got crime, you've got homelessness, the wildfire disaster, everything's a disaster. And so people are saying, we've had enough. We've had enough of this. We need change in California. And I've been traveling the state putting out a strong, positive alternative. $3 gas. Cut your electric bills in half. Your first $100,000 tax-free. No more free healthcare for illegal immigrants. A home you can afford to buy. I capture it in one word. Cal-affordable. That's my campaign. And people are really getting behind it. And it's great to see the energy and momentum that we've got.
All right. Let's see, what do we got here? Do we got anything else? I think that might be it for the news. Yeah, we already got that. All right. Let's kick it back to Asman. Let's see if he's still doing the news right now.
It's mostly positive. Damn. Well, I thought people said it was mostly negative the other day.
He's already on video games.
People said it was mostly negative. Now it's mostly positive.
He's already on video games. Guys, you're not going to make me do it a whole nother hour, are you? 40 minutes, less than 1,000 views. Let's tone it down. Let's not hit the like button. Let's not hit the subscribe button. Because, guys, there's not much more news that we could cover. If we do a whole 4th hour, as promised, this might be bad. California is actually pretty awesome, regardless of Newsom. California has the 4th best economy in the world. I mean, you could say that. I mean, look, there's good things about everywhere, but there's also, like, I don't like California. Sorry, guys, I don't like you. I don't like you. I kind of like Florida, but then I'm like, retirees. Texas is where it's at. Texas is the cream of the crop. 54% JD Vance. 46% Newsom, 116 votes in. Guys, we have 40 minutes left. We are 9,051 views away. Are we going to pull it off? Hit that like button, double tap if you want to see a 4th hour of the news with me. Make sure to do that and hit the subscribe button. $4 a month. You too can join. Get a little logo next to your name like Big Bag of Pop 420 over here. And get access to my entire film vault. That's right there on the front of the YouTube page. Over 15 feature films put in the catalog for you as a member as well. Let's see. What do we got? President makes remarks to the TBS. No, we're still on that one. We're still waiting for the remarks on that one. Ambassador testifies. United
Department of
Nations
State and related programs will come to order.
No, I don't need that. That's stupid. Iranian war, we already tried that. That was really boring. What about this Venezuelan thing? Venezuelan gas
Meet Jim.
thing.
He just bought an affordable brand new Lennar home. Now he's serving up fresh buckets in his new kitchen. His wife tossing trays in their owner's suite. And his kid.
An Atlantic Council discussion on the impact of U.S. military intervention on Venezuela. You're watching C-SPAN.
You know it's a really slow day for news when even Asmongold was done with the news in 2 hours and onto his video games.
Dominate headlines around the world.
Pretty crazy.
It has played a key strategic role in the Western Hemisphere and worldwide. And here at the Atlantic Council's Adrian Arch Latin America Center, we have long prioritized a transition in Venezuela. I'm Jason Marzak, Vice President and Senior Director of the Atlantic Council's Adrian Arch Latin America
Like how
Center.
Trump said no new wars, and now we are burning 890 million a day, and Hegseth just asked for an extra 200 billion. Yeah, I know. Fun times throwing money around.
Maduro
Double tap, hit that like button. Almost at 50 likes.
U.S. adversaries.
Let's get there, guys.
Like Russia,
Let's get there.
China, Iran, Cuba.
Pete
for decades.
Hegseth.
Maduro propped up his dictatorship with technology, manpower, and weapons from these countries and financed his repressive regime with money from sanctioned economic activity with these countries as well. However, now that Maduro is gone and the U.S. is ramping up its presence in Venezuela, with the U.S. flag now flying over the U.S. Embassy in Caracas. Long-standing power dynamics in Venezuela are being put to the test. Today we will unpack.
I think it's time that we
how
go.
Venezuela's old.
We go over here. Let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun, guys. Let's have a little fun on X. I'm gonna switch that over though once I sign in. Let's have a little daddy fun on X, guys. All right, come on. Because it's Friday. Because it's Friday.
Years old, significantly speaking.
Social media career.
Significantly speaking, I would something sparked in my brain, and significantly, I became
Maybach. You do? Don't make me come over there.
On their short form content. Significantly speaking is where kind of like TV, except on the platform Twitch, and then I significantly posted it on. I felt horrible. It was significantly significantly I'm gonna make it.
So that you're vulnerable.
People significantly.
Yo, I didn't make it. This guy fucking making it.
Okay, significantly speaking, you can be. To do it.
Yeah.
Okay, significantally speaking, I will do it.
Okay.
I want to accomplish a lot of new things. Significantly, I want to be a boxer.
Got an additional funding 2024.
Significantly, I'm stealing your word.
Oh yeah, my favorite word.
It's your favorite word? Yeah. I'm gonna make it mine now too. All right.
Incredible.
Significantly, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? The fuck, y'all? God, why would you ever go to a club?
Vivendo tudo que eu vivi como uma pessoa branca.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Here, salam alaikum.
Here's the New York City mayor, y'all. Ukraine hasn't gotten any additional funding since 2024.
Allahu Akbar.
That is a long time to have to stay there. Do they count? It's like 10 seconds or something? It's fucking wild. I'm sorry, that is wild to just walk out of your apartment and see that in New York.
Thanks to Donald Trump's war with Iran, gas prices. On Iran. Thanks to Donald Trump's war with Iran, gas prices are now nearing $4 a gallon.
Sneering.
Experts predict that this weekend, gasoline will cross the $4 threshold, the $4 a gallon's threshold.
Bro can't even read his own sentences.
Gas prices have gone up by $1 a gallon. Brent crude is hovering around $108 a barrel, much higher than it's been.
Yeah, then help him win the fucking war.
Donald Trump has the gall to say the prices are not that bad. You hear that, America? Donald Trump is telling you $4 gas is not that bad. What bubble does he live in? How often does he fill up his car with gasoline?
How much do you? When do you? When have you ever fucking driven a vehicle?
When Donald Trump says that the prices are not that bad, who's he kidding?
Yeah, it's to sell a book because you wanted to be like the fucking new Michael Cohen.
He's speaking like a billionaire.
Bro has no knowledge at all.
America is being led into war by Marie Antoinette. And then Kevin Hassett, the top economic advisor to Trump, says Americans' pain is the least, quote, the least of our concern right now. Can you believe this? The highest economic advisor in the Trump administration says Americans' pain is the least of our concerns right now. If there's anything that shows how out of touch Donald Trump and his minions
Mickey Mouse reporters
are out of touch, that's it right there. Trump and his acolytes are unbelievable. They are so clueless. They're in a bubble. Meanwhile, the war with Iran is expanding. Iranian strikes on Qatar's energy structure have knocked out 17% of the country's LNG export capacity. Qatar Energy says 2 LNG trains could be sidelined for 3 to 5 years, a staggering blow to global energy markets. In other words, even if this war ended tomorrow, and there are no signs it's anywhere close to ending, the damage Donald Trump has unleashed will take a long, long time to fix. Meanwhile, the war in the Middle East is expanding.
Bibi in Iran was 2 weeks away from a nuke to 20 years ago. At this point, I'd rather have that one dog who is a mayor of a town who voted into the Oval Office.
Not shrinking. Donald Trump is sending additional warships and thousands of Marines to the region. He refuses to fully rule out boots on the ground, a step that would mean more American casualties and even higher costs than he now projects. And this week, the administration was floating a funding request of more than $200 billion. $200 billion.
Feel it.
To finance this open-ended war. No way. That will never happen. It's a preposterous and dangerous risk. We should never accept giving Donald Trump a blank check to wage war in Iran in perpetuity. Even a fraction of the $200 billion is unacceptable for a war without a plan, without an endgame, without the support of the American people.
Dog, my mistake.
And of course, the money could be used for so much better. Reducing Americans' costs on health care and on housing and on electricity and on daycare.
Putting to sleep, man.
So much could be done with that money instead of a war that Donald Trump has.
Shut up! Yeah, y'all see this? This is fucking crazy. The roast of Kevin Hart, hosted by Shane Gillis on May 10th. And then Shane Gillis on June 20th is going to do the same exact stadium that Kevin Hart did in Philly, except he's going to sell it out with 5,000 more people. Biggest comedy concert of all time. But that's going to be wild. The roast of Kevin Hart. Shane Gillis.
Single morning.
Yeah.
You take a look in the mirror.
Oh, good.
You're 100% satisfied.
Asmongold's going to comment on this. Thank fucking God. I got this on my YouTube Shorts right now. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can watch this one. But fucking can't understand somebody being comfortable in their own skin and walks off an interview throwing fits. Hopefully Asmongold isn't going to do the same thing where he says that this was a gotcha question, because it's not a gotcha question. And fucking Mr. Cavicular continues to walk off of every interview he's a part of now, because apparently like that's his cool new thing. I'd vote Chucky for sure, the dude that runs the casino for kids versus the evil mouse.
Every single morning. Yeah. You take a look in the mirror. You're 100% satisfied with every single thing.
Andrew is?
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, dude. All right. Well, I guess that's just, if you want to be completely disingenuous, that's fine with me.
Yeah. He just got insecure mogged. Bro got insecure mogged.
The background laugh? Yes. I'm going to be honest, like...
Please be on the right side of this one, Asmon.
I think Andrew kind of mogged him here.
Thank you!
I think he did.
Thank you! Thank you!
I think he did.
Thank you.
Andrew's fake as fuck. He did.
He fucking did.
You can see a chat in the background, too. Oh, my God. That's a frame mog. Ever seen one? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was... He fucking did.
crushing people. Childcare now costs over $20,000 a year on average. All while Trump's policies keep making billionaires richer, while working families endure cuts to essential services. So last year, over 1 million New Yorkers came together to vote for Mayor Mamdani's affordability agenda. So who's getting in the way? Governor Kathy Hochul has a choice to make. You protect working families and tax the rich, or make Trump's cuts worse by forcing everyday people to pay more. 60% of New Yorkers, like me, agree that we should tax billionaires and corporations to fund childcare, housing, and transit. Working people shouldn't be the ones always
normal working people like me, Mark Ruffalo, should not be paying.
Stuck with the bill. This Wednesday, February 25th, thousands of folks are going to Albany to send Kathy Hochul one clear message. Tax the rich for a New York that we can all afford. They can handle it. Trust me.
Oh, the Japanese prime minister fucking walked out and reacted to the fucking. Oh my god, she reacted to the auto pen photo. Bro. Are you anti-Jew? Absolutely not. Wow, that's wild. Love that so much.
That the coin launched.
Oh shit! Andrew Callaghan walked right off a fucking clavicular to go right into Hawk to a Girl interview. God damn, bro.
I actually had, I think, 2 podcasts that day. We were in California when it happened, and the guy that was in the room with us, the one that was like operating the coin, we noticed he was like pacing around everywhere, like nervous, and I was like, is that normal? Like, why is he acting like that? Because, you know, I'm doing podcasts, I'm not controlling the coin, but after all that and we finished all the podcasts, everybody just kind of went out of the room and they looked concerned, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And they're like, oh, nothing, you ain't gotta worry about it. I pull up my TikTok and the next thing I know, oh, yep, Haley Welch's going to jail. And I was like, what did I do? Why am I going to jail, you know? It's done every single day. Like, it's normal at this point. Like, normalize it, you know?
This is gonna be fucking...
What?
Hawk too. So the day that
normalize what? Hawk too. Wild. Let's see, where are we at? We got 25 minutes left, guys. Only 500 views left to keep the stream going for a 4th hour. We are at 128 votes, 56% JD Vance, 44% Gavin Newsom. Back at it with the newsy news. What do we got? What's going on here?
Close to a person that you see every single day. And you know everything. This story's crazy.
This is where we realized that, like, we had to click too much on, like, a friend level. Yeah. And that it was like one time we're laying Kylie's room. I don't even think I was there. I just think I've heard the story.
No, we were in the kitchen. I remember like it was yesterday. Imagine this is like year 5. Me and Kylie, obviously we had a working relationship, but you can't not get so close to a person that you see every single day and you know everything about, and you're with them at all times, good or bad. You just become close to this person. So I remember we're in the kitchen and she was like, oof, Vic, I need my laptop and it's upstairs. And I was like, oof, who's gonna get that? Or like something, I said something crazy.
Oh my God, what the fuck am I, how did I end up stumbling into this bullshit? Let's not do that.
Do you mind if I present you with something right out of the gate? Sure. All right, this is from a gunsmith and machinist in Calgary, Alberta. His name is Jay. And he's designed, look at this kettlebell. Guess what the weight is?
70 pounds?
70 pounds. That's the weight you have. And it says on the front here, Jamie, it says here on the front, Jamie, pull it up. So we've got that. We've got, you see here, some other stuff for a stand.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Look at this stand here. So we've got Seeing is Believing, which I think was the slogan of the first UFC that you were the commentator for. I think it was number 13?
12.
Number 12,
yeah.
Right. And then we've got here your favorite quote from, what's his name? The Japanese martial artist.
Musashi.
Yes. It says, if you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything.
Yeah.
So that's here. And then Morse code, there's a thank you letter for you. You've got your flying saucer.
Oh,
and we've got your logo here too. So, but most important of all, we've got a subliminal message, which is the Canadian maple leaf.
Oh,
so
cool.
Every time you do a kettlebell swing, you do a snatch, you do a clean, you're going to be seeing that maple leaf, and you're going to be reminding yourself that you need to come back to Canada.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Present that to you there.
Thank you very much. I mean, honestly, that's the way to do it. You have a public figure that has been very vocal in saying he will not be going back to Canada since the vaccines. So it's literally, I mean, that is there. Don't spam the chat with the same kind of fucking comment, my guy. Make sure you're fucking doing different chats. All right. What do we got going on
Rescue
here?
about 700 dogs and cats from a property in Lake Hughes. KTLA's Rich Prickett live in Sky 5 HD with more details for us. Rich.
Double tap, hit that like
up
button.
in the Lake Hughes area. It's 46,000 block of 266th Street West. And early this morning, the Los Angeles Department of Animal Care and Control raided a rescue facility up here for various welfare laws, and they're saying that there were many as 700 dogs and cats that were rescued from this property here.
Oh my
God. And we'll push in here and we'll show you some of the kennels that are on the property.
Rogan, yeah.
Department of Animal Care and Control is saying this is Rockin' Paws Animal Rescue, and again, for the seizure was for some sort of welfare violations. We have not seen all the dogs and cats at this point. We did see one dog that was in a kennel here on the porch. There are investigators here in hazmat suits that are going through the property. Lots of vehicles here from the animal control. This is a mutual aid response, so there are other agencies that are involved with this rescue, as well as the district attorney's office. And of course, as we learn more throughout the day, we'll pass it along. But you can see
fucking bro, 700 dogs.
The command center they have set up here. It's going to be a while longer before they complete the rescue.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Right now. Logan Paul opened his Twitter account on 11/11/2011, the same day I founded GG33. Why he did that? Because he used to listen to me with his brother on WTAM 1100 when he's from Westlake, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. He used to listen to me. He implemented this stuff. He knows he's an 11 life path. Jake knows he's born on the 27th, on the 17th, the same day as Muhammad Ali. This is why he went into boxing. He knew the energy worked because he was listening to me on the goddamn radio. Damn. And now he's making beef with Tom Brady because Tom Brady's his enemy sign. Yo, Pimp, we exposed you. I know exactly why you did what you did. It's all because you happened to listen to me and Triv on your ride home. And I got verification of this. Everyone, go look.
What the fuck?
Go look at Logan Paul's Twitter account. 11/11.
Bro, it's schizophrenic.
2011. The same exact day I started GG33. But the reason he did that is because he used to listen to me on 1100 WTAM.
What in the fuck? Bro, it's definitely schizo. Alright. Oh, what the hell happened? Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see what we have.
President of the United States just said that I insulted Jesus. You want to know what insults Jesus? Kicking the sick off their health care while cutting taxes for billionaires.
White boy standing up in a black church trying to do this is hilarious.
You know what insults Jesus? Deporting the stranger.
You notice they're not as loud as a black church normally would be.
And separating babies from their mothers. You know what insults Jesus? Bombing innocent school children in Iran and sending our brave men and women off to die in another forever war. You know what insults Jesus? Covering up the Epstein file.
Nothing insults Jesus. Nothing insults Jesus. You would know that if you were a Christian. Weird to do this kind of fucking thing in a church too. But no, nothing insults Jesus. What is hilarious about this?
And then refusing to prosecute a single person in
Don't
them.
spam,
I am not
Foggy.
a perfect Christian. I don't claim to be. There's only been one perfect Christian, and he was crucified on a cross 2,000 years ago. Jesus told us, he told us to love our neighbors as ourselves. He told us on earth as it is in heaven. Can we imagine?
Tell me where he's wrong. That Jesus will be insulted by anything or disrespected by anything. That would be the point of him being wrong.
War in heaven. Can we imagine bigotry in heaven? Can we imagine poverty in heaven? Then why do we tolerate these things on earth?
All right, 30-minute timeout, bro. Stop it, Frog. You can't spam the chat like that, bro. The purest antichrist, so blasphemy not a thing. Okay. I don't know, guys.
All door like this, bro. This is so fucking dumb. Why the fuck would they make the bathroom stall door like this, bro? This is so fucking dumb. I'm trying to take a shit. They could walk past and just look at my hole. Look, you did. What the fuck? This is stupid. Bro, I'm feeling hella vulnerable right now. Who thought of this shit, bro? Who made these stall doors? Did he? What the fuck is going on, man?
That is wild. That is wild. What the fuck? Why would they do that? That's so wild.
Fought each other. You were the one that asked for no cameras, right?
No, I was. He came with a camera.
And everyone actually did it. No one recorded, which was like kind of cool.
You threw a jab and then we locked up.
You actually went for guillotine.
Yeah. I didn't get the other hand
and you didn't lock it.
You had my neck here and I had taken you to the ground. In my head, I went, he doesn't have the other hand.
Yeah.
It's not like I could breathe well. I was just like, just wait a few seconds. And sure enough, I got out and that was like basically it.
What was your takeaway from it?
Cardio. I just didn't think it was going to fail me that quick.
Do you do cardio?
No.
You guys fought each other. You were the one.
All insane wait lines and wait times at Houston airport. Oh my God, what?
This is all the TSA line. The line where you get your ID and boarding pass checked is all the way up there.
Honored both verbally and through actions. Yeah, if you're a retard, all is forgiven through Christ.
There, it comes
be a retard. It's
around
okay. Be a
here.
Retard. Cardio is the devil. Yeah, straight up retard thoughts.
All the way around, all the way around, all the way around.
And then it goes around and around
here,
and around and around.
But then you have to take the escalator over there down to the baggage claim downstairs.
What the fuck,
and that's down here. Right
just
now,
let him through the building.
To that board, it says that the wait is 150 minutes. Not sure if that's accurate.
What in the fucking world? Bro, our government about to fucking fail us entirely. Like, for reals. Guys, are you going to make me do a whole nother fourth hour? Holy shit, you are. We are 13 minutes away. We are 9,942 views, which means we are 50 views away from having to do a fourth hour of the show, even though it's a slow day. It's a slow news day. Bobby Boucher, cardio is for the devil. I don't know, guys. I ran a marathon. I thought cardio was pretty cool at the time. Now I'm fat, so it's whatever. We got 49 views. 49 views in 12 and a half minutes. Do we think we can pull it off? Right now, who is going to be president of the United States? 56% J.D. Vance, 44% Gavin Newsom. Oh my God, guys. We have literally like 12 minutes, guys. 12 minutes. I'm going to stick with you. Double tap. Hit that like button. hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Because when you do, you send stuff into the chat. Why? Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. So maybe I'll just do that. I'll just have that one. There you go. That's better. Yeah, we are less than 12 minutes away. Less than 12 minutes away. We are less than 30 views away now. Less than 20 views away from that 4th hour of news. Double tap, hit that like button. Spawn people in of all different political persuasions for our poll of the day. 142 votes in. 56% JD Vance, 44% Gavin Newsom. Who will become next president of the United States of America? I thought I was going to be able to go to bed not go to bed, be able to be done with my live stream early tonight. It did seem that way, but we are less than, we have 11 minutes now. 11 minutes, guys, and only 2 views left. There it is, over 10,000 going into that 4th hour of news. We're going to keep that poll up for a whole nother hour now, guys, and we're going to go back to it. Let's go back to some of this Twitter shit. You guys see this? Where Afro Man made a music video about winning a defamation case in court? Pretty wild. Do you think he slept with the officer's wife? I don't know, but I love this song. And I didn't know much about this until yesterday when he dropped the song. Wow! What a fucking wow! What does he do here?
For you to have a real man in the White House, I'm going to make it legal for you to have cannabis and your firearms at the same time.
Bro, man is a king. Man is a fucking king. King God Afro. Wow.
To take part in an immigration crackdown. What I mean by that is sources tell CNN the administration is considering requiring financial institutions to collect and verify their customers' citizenship status, something banks aren't currently required to do. One source says the new policy could come through an executive order. CNN's Matt Egan is following this story for us. So, Matt, what are you learning about how banks are responding to this possibility?
Yeah, well, Omar, this does appear to be part of the Trump administration's aggressive immigration crackdown. Sources tell CNN's Priscilla Alvarez and I that the administration is considering new action that would require banks to check the citizenship status of their customers. Now, this would be something that would actually apply not just on a go-forward basis, but also to existing customers, which is pretty stunning when you think about just how many customers the banks already have. Now, this action could also require banks.
Hey, the banks are gonna screw ya. Hey, the banks are gonna screw ya. You thought you're having fun watching a fucking Afro Man video on the internet and commentary on YouTube, but the banks fucked you over again.
To check a different category of documents than what they normally look at, including passports. Now, I do want to stress that nothing here has been announced or finalized. It's not clear here whether or not this would come in the form of an executive order or some other action. We reached out to the White House, and a spokesperson said that any reporting on policy that hasn't been officially announced is just speculation. But some Republicans do support this. Republican Senator Tom Cotton, he put out a post on X yesterday where he said, I strongly support President Trump taking action to prevent illegal migrants from accessing our banking system. And he said he sent a letter to Treasury last fall asking for an investigation into this matter, and that he plans to
why not just pass the bill? Next president can't just undo with the stroke of a pen.
Introduce legislation on this issue shortly. Now, Omar, you asked about how the industry is
doesn't
reacting.
Make it fun for the new guy.
Officially, they're not really saying much, right? Representatives from major banks, from bank trade groups, they haven't commented on this. However, sources do tell CNN that the industry is concerned here because they're worried that this kind of action, it could almost compel them to be part of the administration's immigration crackdown. One financial industry source told me that verifying every bank customer's citizenship status would be unworkable. This source said it's a bad idea. We are very alarmed. Now, banks are required to adhere to anti-money laundering rules, know your customer rules, but they don't track the citizenship status of their customers. So
which is kind of crazy, because when you go to a job, you have to give them a social. So you can't work in America without a fucking... But you can have a bank?
this did become official, that would certainly be a significant change. There's also some questions about whether or not this could discourage immigrants from keeping their money in the...
Yeah, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point.
Bank. Even undocumented immigrants, they do play a significant role in this economy. In 2023 alone, undocumented immigrants, they paid $90 billion in federal, state, and local taxes, and they had spending power of nearly $300 billion. And just one other point for you here, Omar. The president does talk a lot about cutting red tape. It's something he's very proud of.
Yes, you do. Well, you don't if you're 1099 or you're under the table illegally, but if you are W-2'd at an employer, you need either a social or you need a fucking legal green card.
Something that he mentioned during the State of the Union last
Open a bank account with my passport. I use my passport for everything. I'm way ahead.
Night, where he took credit for cutting a record number of job-killing regulations, but this potential action related to banks and the immigration crackdown does show how in some cases the president has actually added new red tape and regulation where he sees fit. Back to you.
Something to watch for moving forward.
Yeah,
Matt Egan,
but it also
appreciate the
just
reporting.
moves more people. It moves more people towards crypto, which is what he wants anyway. So, fuck guys, so good. Driving around listening to that new Afro Man. The bitch.
That's why I fuck this wife and got to be rich. Hey, brother, do I have to plan the truth?
No.
Do I have to memorize the truth?
No.
Do I have to strategize the truth?
No.
Nah, brother, because the truth will set you free. The further you go, the further you got to turn around and come back. So you know what? When you do wrong, as soon as you realize you're doing wrong, you know what you need to do? You need to eat some humble pie and apologize, because it's a long way back. Let's get a short trip. Hey, brother, I was sorry. I'm sorry. How can I make this right? And people are going to appreciate your effort to make it right. That's why they got erasers on the back of pencils. I don't get mad at people for making mistakes.
Amen.
I get mad at people for not apologizing after they make it.
I don't get mad at people for not making mistakes. I get mad at people for not apologizing after they make it. Fucking man, motherfuckers. Come on.
Before you sit down,
Yes,
there's
sir.
one more thing I need to ask you about, unfortunately. In reviewing the trial court's order denying the motion for new trial, there are at least 5 citations to cases that don't exist. And there's at least 5 more citations to cases that do not support the proposition for which they're cited.
Oh no, he's going to ask her if she used ChatGPT. And she didn't even check her mother. Bro, at the fucking... Really? At the court? Only in California.
Including 3 quotations that don't exist. My understanding is that you prepared the order for new trial, the denial order for the trial court. Were those citations in the version of the order that you submitted to the trial court?
No, Your Honor, I do not believe so.
Oh, that's even more concerning.
So they were not. I did prepare an order. That order was revised.
Whoa.
So those non-existent cases were cited in your initial brief.
Well, it's actually Georgia. It's not California. I have my own reasons for hating California.
Opposing the motion for new trial.
What the fuck? Is it in your motions? She did. She used a fucking ChatGPT, the dumb idiot. And now she's getting caught and she's scrambling. Oh my God.
Your Honor, I'm not aware.
You're not aware of what you wrote and submitted. You're not aware of what you wrote and submitted. Are you fucking... You're not aware of what you wrote and submitted? Holy fucking shit, people. We are fucking so fried. This is the Supreme Court of Georgia. There's a fucking attorney looking through her own deposition, realizing, oh yeah, I used ChatGPT and fucking made this all up.
Of that, but I would be glad to research that and
watch her discover it.
Your Honor,
that was her looking at it and seeing that it's in there, that it's fake stuff in there.
I'm not aware.
You're not aware that you submitted this without looking?
Of that, but I would be glad to
Holy
research
fuck.
that and provide the court with a supplement.
Okay, we'll get a briefing order out direct.
A supplement. Absolute excruciating moment at the Georgia Supreme Court this week. Justice Pearson presses State Attorney Deborah over her citation cases that apparently don't exist. Holy fuck.
To do, hey, I don't, man. I feel naked out here, B. What crime? Thinking about how they got Sonny in some abandoned building or some basement. Just fucking bleeding, man. He's dying, man. They're killing my little man, B. I'm about to be on some real murder shit, eh? I'm telling you, man. Put your hands down, man. Put your fucking hands down. Man, any nigga that ever looked at me wrong owes me money. Or ever said any jealous bullshit.
Yo, not Kermit! Not Kermit!
I petted him, and all of a sudden, you heard this like that. So the trainer says, get up very slowly and back up. So the tiger did. He slowly got up and backed out.
Undefeated. Chuck Norris is undefeated.
Can I pay you?
No pay.
No pay?
Free.
No.
Free.
No.
Hayda.
Barem bara čula. Hvala. Wow. What the? Okay, let me tip you though. Did you hear that shot? They're all inside, they're like, Havala. Wow, bro. Vibes.
Of the Pussycat Dolls. They made some headlines recently after they found out that you guys were coming back as a trio, not as the original group. How did you arrive at that decision?
Well, I mean, listen, we are so, as women today.
I mean, it has been an ever-changing lineup, and you know, this is what it looks like now in 2026, and you never know what comes next. And I think ultimately we've got to protect our peace. And when something like the Pussycat Dolls has so much history, we have ruptured in the past, and right now we are repairing.
Of the Pussycat Dolls, they made some headlines recently.
That lady just fucking completely froze. Completely froze.
Once I get in contact with Elon Musk, one day I want to do a stream in space. Once I get in contact with Elon Musk, I have so much ideas, that could really go crazy. But I have to get in contact with Elon Musk because he's the one who, because I want to do like streams where I'm like on the plane and I'm still streaming on a plane. But Elon Musk has that right now. He has like a Starlink that can put on a plane and stuff. But I want to take it higher. I want to first off, I want to do a stream at every country. I have a lot of stuff coming up. One day I want to do a stream in space.
Wow, what a great brainstorming session, guys. Fucking damn, bro. Bro is ruthless.
Push-ups. He doesn't push himself up. He pushes the earth down. There are no steroids in baseball, only players Chuck Norris has breathed on. I don't know. Believe me, these ought to be screenplay writers here. Rather than being birthed like a normal child, Chuck Norris instead decided to push his way out. Punch his way out. Punch his way out. Chuck Norris once shot down a German fighter plane with his finger by yelling, "Bang."
That's true.
Oh, man. Chuck Norris doesn't churn butter. He roundhouse kicks the cows, and the butter comes straight out. Get my butter. When Chuck Norris sends in his taxes, he sends blank forms and includes only a picture of himself, crouched and ready to attack. Chuck Norris has never had to pay taxes ever.
Is that true?
That's not true. That is not true. In fine print on the last page of the Guinness Book of World Records, it notes that all world records are held by Chuck Norris. And those listed in the book are simply the closest anyone else has ever gotten.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, this is one of my favorites here. When the boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is currently suing NBC, claiming Law and Order are trademark names for his left and right legs. Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer. Too bad he never cries, ever.
Oh, man.
Now I gotta say my favorite one, though.
Oh, you gotta say your favorite one.
Here's my favorite one.
Yes.
They wanted to put Chuck Norris's face on Mount Rushmore, but the granite wasn't hard enough for his beard.
Yes!
Chuck Norris, Mr. Chucky Norrie. All right, let's see. Let's check in on C-SPAN-y real quick. Let's make sure we've gotten everything. We've pretty much covered this all. We covered this, right? Was this today? No, this was yesterday. Yeah, we covered that. That's 2 days ago. Damn. Not a lot of news going on lately. Just want to make sure the Trump official. We might get White House reporter speaking in a minute here. No, we'll go back to X. You guys making me do a fourth hour on a really slow news day, guys. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Double tap. Hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. When you do, you get YouTube Shorts sent to your algorithm. When you hit that join button, $4 a month, you get a little logo next to your name like Big Bag of Pot 420 and Bubba J007 over here. And you also get access to my entire film vault, which is like 15, 16 feature films. All access to all of that. It's right on the YouTube page, the Film Vault. So check that out. $4 a month, and you really, really help out the channel and us doing the news, covering it every single day.
Question.
The black guy said he kicked in Chuck Norris's sternum and so murdered him.
Oh, you're killing me. You're teasing me.
All right, I'm going to hop out of here. Have a good one. Peace. Big Bag of Pop 420. Appreciate you.
Our movie should have won definitely for casting, and I wanted Chalamet to win.
Question in here that I wanted to ask you about the Oscars, but we'll save that for another time. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, you're killing me. You're teasing me. The Oscars.
Next time. Listen,
We got robbed. We should have, our movie should have won definitely for casting, and I wanted Chalamet to win. 2 out of 9. I'm more than pissed off.
That is true. They should have won for casting.
Mirror and telling yourself I'm beautiful.
It's not gonna work, kid.
It does
That's
work.
an SNL skit.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
How it's positive affirmations. Like we're like no. This is like real. Like how
Positive
we speak.
affirmations
How we
like
speak
dealing with a bullet wound with a Band-Aid.
Okay. But you by looking at yourself in the mirror and telling,
Julianne Michaels is just not fucking having it.
Becca, started your spiritual journey together, how it has grown.
Spoke about Shabbat a little bit. When my boys were born, we had an experience with a rabbi that wasn't willing to get paid. He did the bris, and he wouldn't take the money. His name is Rabbi Heller. And he's a very special person. And no matter how much we chased him, he wouldn't take the money. Until I sort of didn't believe. I was like, Rebecca, this guy's just playing a show. I'll force him to take the money. And I go to his house thinking there's some trick up his sleeve or something. And I see a very humble house and a very humble man, an amazing wife and amazing kids. And I'm so inspired and impressed that I said to Rebecca, we got to find a different way. He's not going to take the money. It's a no is a no. But let's do something else. And he encourages us to practice more our own practice, starting by the Friday night and this, and then he encourages us to try Shabbat one time. And he asked for it.
What are the rules of Shabbat?
So the rules of Shabbat, forget the religious rules. Let's do the spiritual rules. The rule is that you take one day a week and you disconnect from 24 hours from the external world.
I think that is truly something we should all do, and that was what Charlie Kirk's last book was about. And I thought that it would get more of a foundational response, but with all the anti-Semitism, Jew hate, Christianity, whatever the fuck we're doing with religions right now in the war, it didn't really go through. But yeah, in the modern technology age, guys, it is a fucking great thing to take a full day and step off.
And you connect to the internal world, yourself, your wife, your kids, your close friends. No technology, no cooking, no working. You don't talk about business, no matter what, no talking about business on Shabbat. Best ideas, by the way, for business, come on Shabbat. Don't talk about it, but it's the time. And it's a rule that existed 3,000 years ago, is when it comes from. As relevant as it was then, I think it's never been more relevant than today. And I tell this to people all the time, forget the religious part. Take your phone and put it in the cookie jar. Up there, close it. And take 24 hours. And I say, here's what you're gonna experience. Notice how many times for the first 3 hours, you're gonna put your hand in your pocket to grab that phone, which means you're addicted.
Yeah.
Just notice it. But then make it through the night and go into the next day. And I say, I don't care if you do it on Saturday or Sunday, choose your day. You know, the Pope that passed away, he used to call it Technology Shabbat. You would preach it. Say, Technology Shabbat, Technology Shabbat. And the next day, be disconnected from the phone, drive, do everything else you want to do. Just don't use your phone.
Log out for a
Make
while
your
regularly. And that's the thing is like having a Shabbat, it gives you that religious standard so that you don't even look at work or other things. It's the problem that a lot of us have is that we'll do this and then we'll put our phone away and then we'll go, well, I do Uber, or I need to answer for my grandma, or what if so-and-so calls, or I need to be there for my boss. Well, if you just say, yeah, regardless of whether you're Jewish or not, this is my religious home. I'm going to put it in the fucking cookie jar and I'm going to keep it there for 24 hours and I'm going to have a real life. You demand it. You got to demand it. You got to fight for it.
plans in advance so it works.
It's not going to be easy.
Tell me afterwards if you had a better week. If you had a better week,
But you
do
will
it
have a
again.
better week.
I recommend to anybody that I meet, try disconnecting from your phone for 24 hours. When it's hard for the first 5 hours, be honest about it.
Yeah.
You're addicted.
Most people
You
that
you're
like
allowed
Charlie
to
Kirk
read
tend to not like
book.
to read. Yeah.
You're
pretty much.
encouraged to read a book.
Encouraged to read a book.
So again, in my practice, you would also pray, you'd pray Friday night, you would pray on Saturday. But I'm putting myself on the side for a second and I'm saying, anybody who tries this, when you disconnect from your phone, you're giving a gift to your kids. You're disconnected. They're disconnected, but you're all much connected to each other, especially for people who work very hard.
Yes.
Imagine the gift of 24 hours. Before you know it, they're gonna be 18, they're gonna be out of the house, and you miss this beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
When we do it, we don't touch anything.
would you say of the different things you've done, that was one of the life-changing decisions?
I would say without a doubt that the biggest move that I've made spiritually is keeping Shabbat. On those days, the biggest channeling of ideas for Rebecca.
Me too. Good guy. What's going on here?
Like it goes against something in your.
Yeah, I could die.
You could die.
Yeah, so.
And McDonald's, I mean, and you said it multiple times. And someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now, yeah, everyone thinks it's a fucking joke on TikTok. And makes like these edits like I'm some sort of fool. But I could literally die from eating the shit. So it's not a joke.
No, yeah.
When I get sad or whatever, they'll like think, oh, I'm just joking. It's like, no, I was, starving, like, and felt like I was gonna die from hunger. And I waited 30 minutes and there's a fucking slice of cheese that renders the burger
uneatable for you.
Exactly.
And you can have cheese, right?
Shut up. Bro, shut up.
By the jury.
Rejoiceful. I feel great. I feel real good. I feel good. I'm happy that freedom of speech and
Charlie
common
Kirk,
sense
American
is still
Head
around.
Patriot.
Tell us about the lemon pound cake that you mentioned in your song.
We made a song about it, named the album, and it's been working.
This is fucking wild. This whole thing is wild.
To not use the O word because I find it pretty offensive. So I'm going to use fat-bodied as we talk.
Okay.
Do you understand why people find it harmful and triggering?
Overweight and obese is literally just having too much body fat. It has nothing to do with the quality of the person.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Nice to meet you.
I'm
That was too much. Oh my god, it had nothing to do with the quality of the person. New mosque opens in Dearborn Heights. Okay. Oh no, they're taking over. Ah. Obese.
End of the year, I'm going to ask them how much did you spend in tokens? And that person said $5,000. I will go ape something else.
Yes. Right.
If that $500,000 engineer did not consume at least $250,000 worth of tokens, I am going to be deeply alarmed. Okay? And this is no different than one of our chip designers who says, guess what? I'm just going to use paper and pencil. I don't think I'm going to need any CAD tools.
Right. This is a real
Okay?
paradigm shift to start thinking about these all-star employees. It almost reminds me of what we learned in the NBA when LeBron James started spending $1 million a year just on his health of his body, like, and maintaining it.
That's right.
Here he is at age 41 still playing. It really is, hey, if these are incredible knowledge workers, why wouldn't we give them superhuman abilities?
That's exactly right.
Where does that go? If we extrapolate out 2 or 3 years from now, what is the efficiency of that all-star at NVIDIA and what they're able to accomplish? What do they look like?
Well, first of all, things that wow, this is too hard. That thought is gone. This is going to take a long time. That thought is gone. We're going to need a lot of people. That thought is gone. This is no different than in the last industrial revolution. Somebody goes, boy, that building really looks heavy. Nobody says that.
Right.
Nobody, wow, that mountain looks too big. Nobody says that.
Right.
Everything that's too big, too heavy, takes
Yes.
too long, those ideas are all gone.
The pitch is just for a product that doesn't exist yet,
Produce
though.
the creativity.
That's right.
What can you come up with?
Exactly.
70s look like
Which
this will
means
come back.
now the question is, how do you work with these agents? Well, it's just a new way of doing computer programming. In the past, we code. In the future, we're gonna
Yo, Big Bubba J 007 with the super chat. Appreciate you, Bubba J 007. Remember, guys, you can be just like Bubba J 007 and be a member for $4 a month. Hit that subscribe button. Get YouTube shorts sent to your algorithm every day. Then hit that join button. And for those $4, you get that little logo. It changes every month that you stay a dedicated member and help us do this show. But not only that, you get access to my entire film library, over 15 feature films right there on the front of this YouTube page. Appreciate you so much, Bubba J007. And back to it. Ooh.
Idea.
Did you change your logo? Or no, you didn't, because it was always motocross, right? You do motocross, don't you?
Architectures, specifications. We're going to organize teams. We're going to help them define how to evaluate the definition of good versus bad. Right. What does it look like when something is a great outcome? How to iterate with you, how to brainstorm. That's really what you're looking for. And I think that every engineer is going to have 100 agents.
Okay, but what does 100 agents do if you don't know what the fuck you're doing? That's what I've always been saying. Same pick. Yeah.
Carpenter could now be an architect. Every plumber will become an architect. We're going to elevate the capability of
why are companies laying off people saying that, you know what, NVIDIA is giving us the opportunity to do more with less? Why not do more with more?
Because you're out of imagination. For companies with imagination.
You're out of imagination. Yes, you're right. We need more imagination. Yeah. We're low on our imagination skills.
You will do more with less. For companies that are, when the leadership.
When you wear a leather jacket to work every fucking day and get paid billions of dollars, it's like, fuck you. Tell me something real, please.
Just out of ideas. They have nothing else to do. They have no reason to imagine greater than they are. Then when they have more capability, they don't do more.
Now, let's follow up on imagination, because that's really at the heart of things.
I have so many things to do.
Don't I have to learn how to talk to the agent to be able to get them? I think that people are going to have to be taught how to talk to the agent.
One of the things that's really great is that these agents speak English, or any language you like them to. Okay. If it goes off, if it only spoke English at the time, you could just ask it, I would like you to learn Japanese. And it has to go off and learn Japanese.
Okay.
This is really fantastic.
How about if I ask the agent why?
It has to go off and learn. No, it doesn't go off and learn shit. It's an LLM. It's pulling up fucking relevant information from a search result.
Your stock's still stuck at 183 after all the things you announced yesterday.
The market is a magical place, but it can't hold us back forever. And the reason for that is our growth is accelerating. Our customer base is expanding well beyond the hyperscalers.
We're realizing it's all bullshit, and we're
adding more and more AI capabilities onto our platform. Used to be just OpenAI, now it's OpenAI and XAI and Meta and now Anthropic. And of course, OpenClaw. OpenClaw is such a big deal. OpenClaw is as big.
It's such a big deal, guys, because you too can buy a $500 Mac Mini and build a computer that essentially just does what a chatbot does.
Big of a deal as ChatGPT, no doubt.
I use all this shit, but I'm skeptical. Sorry, I'm skeptical.
The fucking interview on Monday, everyone just...
So I found this on the internet. Okay, wait, did this person actually... So this person went famous on TikTok a long time ago for not being able to get an interview, or she did an interview and she couldn't get one?
I just got a fucking interview on Monday. Everyone just suck my dick and balls from the fucking back, yo. Yeah, we're so back. We're so fucking back. And it's for mechanical engineering position. And in California, right where I want to be. And it's for aerospace. I'm gonna build fucking rocket.
That's not. Okay.
And you have to make sure the green light is on.
Green light is... Thank you. Thank you, Senator Schiff, for extending the invitation to speak with you today and to support you in your effort to enact
I'm not
federal...
sure that we're going to use this mic. Oh, right there. There you go.
Oh, that green button. That makes more sense. Thank you, Senator Schiff, for extending the invitation to speak with you today and to come and support you in your effort to enact a federal tax incentive for U.S.-based film and television production. As an Angelino with generational roots to this city and as a seasoned member of its creative community, advocacy for Los Angeles-based production is something that is very close to my heart. Over the last 6 years, the aggregate effect of projects leaving the state in search of tax credits, the pandemic, and last year's fires has been a near cratering of our once thriving industry. We lost 42,000 film and TV jobs in LA County between 2022 and 2020.
And you lost them because you deserve to lose them. It's very hard. Like, I'm in the industry, and it's very hard to sympathize with this shit.
And as of last year,
because what will they do if you give them the jobs again through tax credits?
Admittedly, it's really hard to shoot a TV show in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
and it's really expensive.
Because nobody wants to watch your TV show.
Unless you adopt an economic model that allows you to take full advantage of the California tax incentive to offset your gross costs. In our case, it was a speculation that we hoped would pay off. I was asked to participate in today's hearing to tell a success story. The Pit has blessedly become proof of that speculative concept, and I'm happy to report we'll commence shooting season 3 this summer, and that a rising tide hasn't...
Bubba J 007, another super chat. Oh my God, thank you so much, Bubba J 007. Appreciate you. How much time do we got left in our show, guys? Because I don't think that we're going to be above 100 members today for hour 5. Let me double check here where we are. We are at 2 hours and 34 minutes. So we got about 25 minutes left. Guys, remember, you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, double tap that screen. Sends more people into the chat for our poll of the day, which right now, 153 votes. J.D. Vance, 56%. Gavin Newsom, 44%. If we're not looking like we're towards 100 people, which right now we only got 10 in the chat, within the 5-minute window, we will end that poll. That will be our final poll of the evening. Again, Bubba J 007, gotta appreciate you so much for sticking around, supporting the show. Remember, you too can support the show just like Bubba J 007 with that little logo next to your name. $4 a month. Hit that join button after hitting subscribe. And you also gain access not only to having the logo that changes every month with your support and helping support the show so that it happens every single fucking day and keeps happening, but also you get my entire film library. Over 17 feature films right there on the front of this YouTube page. Back to the action.
All boats. In season 1, under the 3.0 tax program.
I love the Pit, by the way. I love the show The Pit. But it is very hard to, support anything to do with Hollywood when they want to continue to do what led to the downfall of Hollywood.
Our show received a 20% tax rebate on many non-above-the-line costs.
Even in Texas, you get 32% in Austin, so that's pretty crazy that you only got 20%.
Our budget per episode was approximately $6.6 million.
And again, that was a 20% tax credit in LA County, which again, why are they doing that when the show's called The Pit and it's in fucking Pittsburgh? Why don't we go shoot that in Pittsburgh? And well, they don't give us the tax credits. Alex, you working tomorrow? No, I'm off tomorrow, so we're probably going to go live early in the afternoon, like late afternoon, 3 p.m. And we'll see what happens. But I want to go earlier tomorrow in case we end up having to go for a long time. Because remember, people, the way that this show works is we start watching the news raw, unfiltered. We do a commentary for 3 full hours every single day, no matter what. And then at the end of the 3rd hour, you'll notice this is over 3 hours. Because at the end of the 3rd hour, if we have over 10,000 views, then we go for a 4th hour. But then after that 4th hour, we have to have at least 100 live viewers at the end of that 4th hour, and we can continue hour to hour to hour. And I think it was like 2 nights ago, we went 9 full hours, and it was our most liked stream of all time, and it was the 2nd largest stream of all time for us. But today, I think we're going to end around 4 hours, but we will be back tomorrow afternoon covering it all. And if we get the viewership like we had 2 or 3 days ago, we could be doing live all night. We could be going live all night.
Based on that gross number, we got a rebate of about $760,000 per episode. In the end, our net budget was closer to $5.6 million. And at the end of season 1, our spend was approximately $100 million. After the rebate, our adjusted spend was closer to $88 million. So we were able to save a little over $11 million, roughly the cost of 2 full episodes. How did we spend the money? 72% went to labor. local cast and crew compensation. That's roughly $62 million. We had 590 full-time and part-time crew jobs. The remaining 28% was spent with local vendors on goods and services. That's about $24 million spent on local businesses. $4.6 million went to our background performers. Another $1.5 million went on food services. That's just direct impact. Then there's the indirect impact. That's the ripple effect of that money, which in turn stimulates additional economic activity. It's estimated that the procurements associated with the pit, season 1, stimulated $22.6 million.
I don't think I've ever seen it that low.
To the state's
I don't think I've ever seen it go down to just 3 people. Ever. That's pretty crazy. But we are like towards the edge, and it's a Friday with no news going on, really.
On inputs of goods and services from locally based suppliers also stimulated.
I might be able to get those White House press comments in a minute here.
The induced impact of our cast and crew spending, along with the workers along the supply chain, in turn stimulated even more economic growth. And it is estimated that the wage finance spending of local production crews and workers at locally based suppliers stimulated $40.3 million towards California's GDP during our production period. So, bottom line is that the estimated total impact of the first season of the pit contributed around $125 million towards the state's GDP during our production period. That is proof of concept.
That is the proof of concept. So give us more money, please. Give us more money, please. Give us more money for our movie, please. Give us more money for our movie, please.
Here we go! It happened!
Are we for real right now? Digital golf's a thing, and the guy just got like a glitch win. What the fuck was this? What? Why is digital golf a thing? And how do you get like a fake win like that?
Here we go! It happened!
The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I'd be like, well, what the fuck's... They got there's like legitimate people sitting in these stands. Even if it's free, like, why are you doing that? Even at free. There's a cheese on it.
Hey, do you know about the streaming world?
No, nothing.
Do you know Kai Cenat?
No.
So he's starting this brand called Vivet.
Right.
Would you be down to collab with him?
Oh, so no.
It's a fire brand. You're gonna see it. It's on on the lookout. Promise you.
I will
promise
now. I will now.
Bet. Thank you, man.
I'm curious for what you heard about the way that went down, many of those critical meetings in the Situation Room.
Yeah, I think the imagery that's been publicly released is very telling, where you had one small group that was down in Mar-a-Lago that night, and then you had the rest up at the Situation Room at the time. Look, in the lead up to the 12-day war, we were having very robust debates that were part of the National Security Council process. The principal small group, we'd have the deputies committee meetings, we'd have very robust debates with all 18 intelligence agencies, with the Joint Chiefs staff, etc. And that played out over the course of about a month in the lead up to the 12-day war. And to include ahead of Midnight Hammer, where a lot of us said, okay, fine, if you bomb these sites,
maybe I'll do tomorrow
that's
night.
all well and good. We take out Iran's ability to enrich. That meets our strategic objective. Problem is, the Israelis are come right back to us in a couple months and demand more because their goal is regime change. Like, they're not beating around the bush about this. And so that was known. And so from my optic in the lead up to this last iteration, that process didn't play out. And people can say, oh, Kent doesn't know because just he wasn't invited. But I can tell you the robust debate with the deputies committees, the National Security Council, that simply wasn't happening.
So to non-nerd speak, I think this is important. What you just laid out is a normal process. The Deputies Committee, Principals Committee, NSC, all options and views are presented to the president. Even the Iraq War, the most disastrous thing in the world, or at least in my lifetime, that played out that way. That's how it did. You can go and you can read about it. What you are talking about is effectively a bespoke process, which played out with some advisors down in Mar-a-Lago, others in the Situation Room. I guess you are confirming, by the way, the White House told us that there was nothing to be seen.
This is I'm so sick of these anti-Trump people. It's kind of weird. ABC has canceled The Bachelorette after their lead has been seen in a leaked footage physically attacking her ex-boyfriend and throwing metal chairs at him while her child was present, and reportedly the child was struck during the altercation. What the fuck?
This is called physical abuse. Yeah.
I was just saying today.
See, Taylor,
that was
this
me
is all
B-Day,
you
and
do.
Today I'm getting hammered.
It's the only
Word. Happy birthday, my bro.
thing you know how to do. Holy
I don't give a
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone.
Wild. Women be women. They be womening.
Take care.
Now every fucking CEO's gonna eat a fucking
$1.50 for this hot dog?
My favorite one with the CEOs eating shit is the Raising Cane guy, because no bullshit. He was like, I don't like coleslaw. We just put coleslaw on there because we need to. This guy walking out here as the CEO of Costco being like, what? Our hot dog is $1.50? No, 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 no. Shut the fuck up. You're the CEO. I'm supposed to believe you don't know the hot dog at Costco is $1.50? Please. Please.
And Saturday mornings are always busy here at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And you look back here, you can see that 120-minute wait posted there.
Good luck to anybody getting on a plane, y'all.
That's from the up front part of it. We've already talked to the folks who are right there. They're probably going to miss their flight already. And we've been talking to folks in this line who are preparing themselves and got here early. I want to stop real quick, and I know I talked to you guys a little earlier. Nervous about making your flight? Yes or no at this point?
Yes.
What has this been like?
Hot and just annoying.
I heard the
Hot
word
and
stressful.
annoying.
What does this feel like standing in this line knowing that you may miss your flight?
Nerves. Like, I'm just nervous and scared, you know. We kind of want to get to where we're going, and it's like we're just waiting. We've been stationary for the last 10 minutes, like, no movement.
Thank you guys for sharing. Kate, I wanted to stop real quick because this was the end of the line yesterday, and we knew it was really long. We're going to take that walk now and go this way and show you. The line stops here at the end of the atrium, and then we just keep going. Let's not forget yesterday, 38% of the workforce here called out. We're not sure what that will mean today.
38% called out. Guys, start paying the fucking workers.
So
like,
you
what the
see
fuck?
this line that stretches on for that main checkpoint. This is not where the timer even starts for that.
Because I tell you what, the longer you do this, the longer that those people are calling out of work, the more likely those people are going to find a different job. And then you're going to be really fucked when you actually reopen the real airport.
120 minutes. The timer for that
Holy
starts way back on the other side there. So if you're standing in this part of the line, which snakes around this direction, this is more than 2 hours at this point. Now they're trying to surge in as many workers as they can to help out. But as you see, when we get back to the other part of the airport, they have stacked people all the way around. And this is where it connects to the pre-check line. So you understand the pain point here for so many folks who will miss their flights. And depending on what airlines they are dealing with, some folks will be able to get rebooked. Others will have to kind of figure out if they're going to fly a different day. This is just the beginning of that rush hour. Now that it's slammed like this, it could extend a lot longer.
It's fucking crazy, guys. It's fucking crazy. It's nuts.
Like, there are people that were happy Charlie Kirk got shot because they disagreed on opinions, and they're fighting for due process for people who are driving fentanyl into the fucking country. Like, what the fuck do we live in? Why do we have more humanity for people who are actually profiting off of killing Americans?
But you gotta be better. Go fuck off. Go fuck off.
You shouldn't be like those people.
What do I gotta do?
Don't become what you hate.
Exactly. What do you mean?
You're Christian.
I hate people trying to kill Americans.
You hate people
trying to kill Americans. So if you're trying to kill...
Wow, see how long... Look, watch how this motherfucker has to try to process this. This is fucking crazy. It's like, it's simple. It's pretty simple.
It's just funny to me that like there are people that were happy Charlie Kirk got shot because they disagreed on opinions, and they're fighting for due process for people who are driving fentanyl into the fucking country. Like, what the fuck do we live in? Why do we have more humanity for people who are actually profiting off of killing Americans?
But you shouldn't be like those people. Don't become what you hate.
What people?
Don't become what you hate.
Like, what? We should have more humanity for Charlie Kirk than a drug trafficker, and then he's like, you don't want to be those people. What are you fucking even saying, bro?
Exactly. What do you mean?
You're Christian.
I hate people trying to kill Americans.
You hate people.
You hate people trying. Is that an okay statement to have in your head? You hate people trying to kill Americans. It does. Like, it shouldn't take this long to process. It really shouldn't.
Trying to kill him. So if you're trying to kill Charlie Kirk, or if you're trying to bring fentanyl in here, I hate both of y'all. It's just funny to me that like there are people that were happy.
That's crazy.
$200 billion to bomb Iran.
Yo, big Bubba J007, what are you doing? $2 super chat. Vibes. Appreciate you. You are the lone survivor. You are the one in the chat. I appreciate you so much. Remember, guys, double tap, hit that like button. When you hit that like button, you spawn people into our chat for our poll of the night. Our poll of the night is, who's going to be the next president? It's a runoff from yesterday. We have J.D. Vance at 57%, Gavin Newsom at 43%, 160 votes in, 2 hours into play. We have about 10 minutes left. Our poll will close in about 5 minutes if we are nowhere near getting 100 viewers. Remember, guys, that we go live every single day with the news for 3 full hours. Then at the end of that third full hour, we go a fourth hour if we hit over 10,000 views, which we're at 11,000 right here. That's why we're in that fourth hour. Then in that fourth hour, we will stay forever if we're at over 100 people. Every hour that we're over 100 people, we just stay and we just keep covering the news, keep having fun, keep doing this thing every day. Remember, guys, you can double tap, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It will send you to the YouTube algorithms for all of the YouTube shorts that I push out and for all of these live streams that come out every single day. And if you go for $4, you hit that join button. YouTube, just like Bubba J007 over here, can get that little logo next to your name, help support the channel. It changes every month that you stay supported. But not only that, you get access to my entire film library. Over 17 feature films that I've made, all right there in 4K on the front of that YouTube page, just for $4 a month. Appreciate you all. Why are we assuming JD and Newsom will be candidates? Well, that's what happened yesterday. We had 4 candidates, and then it became 2, and then at the end of our stream, it was 50% to 50%. So today, our runoff was just them 2 again, and we got JD Vance coming away with it so far. Looks like he's going to pull it off unless you, Gavin heads in the chat, start double tapping, hitting that like button in the next 4 minutes or 3 minutes here. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get that. Let's get back to the news. Let's see. I just want to double check. Want to make sure we didn't get anything that we weren't missing anything. We are not missing anything there. And so then back to the vibes. Here we go.
Or $62,000 for every single teacher in America. $200 billion to bomb Iran, or down payment assistance for 20 million young...
How about some chapsticks for your lips, bro? Usually the VP always gets to pick, but the party he is in...
families looking to buy their first home. $200 billion to bomb...
And that's why I would say that JD would get it, but that's the problem, too, because if Rubio actually got it against Newsom, I feel like Rubio would win. I feel like JD against Newsom wins. To be honest.
Iran, or funding the creation of 1,300 new rural hospitals across America. The choice is clear. Every dollar that we spend in more forever wars in the Middle East, bombing the innocent, that's a dollar that could be used to fund down payment assistance for young couples who...
That's not how it works. I hate when people do this. Spending money on wars does not mean you get to spend money elsewhere.
Simply want to buy a home and live out the American dream, to help teachers who are underpaid and overworked,
illogical argument.
and ultimately to build up rural.
If you cared about socioeconomic values, then you would literally care that they're building more planes for the war, and so you actually have a job. JD will smoke Gavin in
healthcare infrastructure for the 60 million Americans who live in rural America. My name is James Fishback, and I'm running for Florida governor.
Yeah, and you need fucking chapstick, bro. You need some fucking chapstick. I'm being fucking for real on you. We are less than a minute and a half away from the end of our poll, people. The end of our night is nearing after 4 hours. But remember, this live stream will stay public on the VOD. So if you missed any of the action, you can go back. You can watch this stream live without being a member. But in case of those live streams where it only goes 3 hours and we get cut off before we get to that 10,000, those live streams, they go members only. So make sure you get in now, $4 a month, and you can be a part of the club. We are less than 40 seconds now away. Remember, I got all of my feature films on there. Next week, I'm going to be putting on Voter Suppression, which is a 2020 style mockumentary Borat, like funny documentary where I go and drive from New York all the way to Illinois to vote in the 2020 election, and I get myself kicked out of a Trump rally, etc. So if you want to see that, you want to see me embarrass myself, go check that out. $4 a month. That's going to be dropping right on that stream next week, just next week here. And now we're counting it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the poll, people. And that's the end of the poll, people. Let's check in. Let's see if we can get any other really funny video coming out here real quick. Let's see if we got something.
We're saying, but they don't want to take action. Take action.
Well, there are 18 critical infrastructures.
It's weird, but
very weird.
She's doing a CIA informational video.
Weird.
Like an acting gig, or is this something else?
Perhaps. Or,
I know,
you
I'm
know,
just
but even so, you're doing an acting gig for the CIA. Who calls you for that?
Yeah.
You ever get one of those calls?
No.
No, I never got one of those calls.
My agent never hit me with that one.
Yeah. It's odd. Well, there's a lot of people that think that she was his handler. She was Charlie Kirk's handler. But of course, there's a lot of people that think I have handlers.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you got about 9 Navy SEALs out there.
They're not handlers. They're my friends. They're not handlers. I know those guys.
They're not my handlers. I know those guys.
Oh, maybe.
She was also in some weird CIA documents.
That was funny. That was funny.
She can't hear me.
I'm confused.
What's Iggy Azalea doing?
That is the craziest ringtone ever. Okay.
It's normal. This is what it very common.
Okay. Breaking. Don't go to an airport for the next year and a half. JD is a patriot. Last pin of the night. Absolutely. JD is a patriot. And JD did win. 56% to Gavin Newsom's 44%, guys. JD would be the fucking president if today was the day. We'll see what tomorrow brings, what tomorrow night brings. But what the fuck, guys? This is just some absolute horrendous nonsense. What in the fucking living shit is going on with this? Wow, look at that. And it just keeps going. U.S. is winding down the strikes in Iran. Yeah, so maybe the airports will fucking open back up then. Maybe they'll be like, hey guys, we'll pay the employees at the airport that we were only paying $20 an hour anyway. We'll start paying them now so that you can go on your flight. That'd be nice. Wow, that's fucking insane. It's fucking insane in the membrane.
I don't give how much you've sold.
NBC has canceled The Bachelorette, which is crazy when you think about it, that this show was supposed to premiere Sunday night.
What
and it has
the
been
fuck?
heavily promoted, even promoted during the Oscars.
Guys, alert your girlfriends. The Bachelorette. Guys, we don't have any breaking news today at all. It's been boring news for all of the bros out here. But for all of the women, I'm about to call up my friend that watches The Bachelorette. She about to fucking gossip my head off. Holy shit, the world is ending for women right now.
So what led to it is very clear. It was the video we posted this morning, Thursday.
Of course the show sucked. It was for women. It was
where you
awful,
see
fucking
Taylor
shitty acting.
attacking Dakota, putting him in a chokehold, throwing 3 bar stools at him, one of them ricocheting and hitting one of their children, or one of her children. And she continues. She doesn't go over to the child to help the child. She continues going after Dakota. Now, this video is the basis of the criminal prosecution a few years ago where she pled guilty to aggravated assault. She is currently...
Okay, so she already pled guilty to this. It's already known that this happened. They're about to air a show that she already produced and went through and did. And now ABC gets the video leaked and ABC's going to act like they had no idea. Oh, we had no idea! Ha-ha! Just Mickey Mouse over here. Ha-ha! Sorry, I had no idea. Ha-ha! Oh, gee golly. Oh, gee golly. All right, guys, with that said, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. All ones right there for you at the end. People, we have 11,111 views right now. That is great. It has been an amazing time. Remember, double tap. Hit that like button or double tap the screen if you're on mobile devices. It gives a like. It sends other people of all different political persuasions into the chat. Okay? The Bachelor is over. Ding dong ditch. The Wicked Witch is dead. Finally. We did it. We did it, boys. We did it, boys! I don't know how we did it, but we did it, boys! Did another great night of news. We started really early today, but we did our full normal 3 hours, and even got that extended hour because we had over 10,000 views, which means that this video is going to end up staying public. Which means if you miss this episode, you'll be fine. But if you miss us on an off night and we only go the 3 hours because we don't get over 10,000 views, and you want to watch us, you have to join. $4 a month. And it gets you access to the club. Bubba J 007, Super Chatter Extraordinaire over here. He is a member. That logo changes every month that you stay a member. And you also get access to my entire film catalog, over 17 feature films right there on the front page of the YouTube channels. Afro Man is the fucking man. It was a wonderful time tonight, guys. This has been fun. Wow, it's still light out. I feel crazy. Already putting 4 hours in. It's still light out. But appreciate you all so much. I will definitely be back tomorrow. But check in on those YouTube shorts throughout the night. And until then,